Hello and welcome back to Moama Bowls Club. We're here for the second test between the Victorian men and the New South Wales men. First test went the way of the guys from New South Wales. Pretty comfortable winning the end by about 18-ish overall. I'm Jimmy Whitehead and joined again by Mr. Tony Sherwill. Tone, good lunch, ready to
Jimmy.
go?
Yeah, ready and raring actually. I think this will be an absolute belter of a match, so looking forward to this one.
Yeah, of course we have Matty Flapper representing Victoria. His rink, it's Johnny McCarron. You can see him leading here for the Vics. Brad Orr is his second, and Dylan Fisher is his third. That is a ripper of a start from both leads there. Aaron Teys in front of him. He has Matty Miles leading here. Nathan Dawson is his second. Chris Herden as his third, and he's the skip. So two of the best players in the country going head to head as skips here. Matty Miles puts another ripper down. What a start this is.
Matty Miles might say, well, hang on, maybe I'm the best player in the country with a start like that.
What was in that pasta for lunch?
Don't know, but it's worked. So Johnny McCarron using the Cronulla Sharks bowls, as he calls. Aero Evolve, size 3, and the Cronulla Sharks colours.
He's all over this again.
And using them pretty well.
What a start this is.
Yep.
We are in for a treat here.
Yep, this is Nathan Dawson on the mat now. He is using an Aero Optima, a green and black bowl is what he calls them. We'll go along with that.
He's going to duck under.
Yep, just slightly.
Brad Orr, localish boy, up from Shepparton.
Yep, using a Drake's Pride Conquest.
Yeah,
Blue and white, size 4.
That's right, we have a mix of everything in this fixed rink, I remember from from the stream. It's Tassie. So next door we have, who do we have next door? We have Brett Marnie going against Dave Ferguson.
Correct.
And then Lee Schreiner and Dean O'Neill on the far rink.
Of course, we've got our women's, as you would have seen on our stream this morning, our New South Wales v Victoria women's teams are playing, our over 60s are playing, and our development team, which is kind of an under 25 team, but there's a couple in there who are just over 25, put it that way.
Some late inclusions for Vic, a bit of COVID around.
Yep.
Well, Brad Orr was very close to this first. He's trying to get down, a bit pacey I think to do that. Sits Matty Miles' lead bowl.
Yeah, no harm in that one though. We saw in this morning's match, whenever there was a bowl that was missed by the New South Wales women's team, it was never really missing by far and always threatening to be in the count.
That's right. So in the over 60s also happening at the same time. They're into test 2 as well. The over 60s men and women's took the wins for Victoria earlier on. So 1-0 and 1-0 in that, the way of the Vics. 1-0 and 1-0 the way of the New South Welsh in this one, and in the under 25 development, one apiece there as well. So
there we go. So that was Chris Herden on the mat for New South Wales. He's using a Greenmaster Premier. He calls it a light blue, size 4. And strolling to the mat now is the one and only Dylan Fisher using a Greenmaster Premier as well, so size 4 in a navy colour.
Snapper, you might hear him called a bit. Made the move over to Moonee Valley for this season from Clayton, where he's been for a while.
Certainly strengthened the Moonee Valley team. Good pick up for them.
Here.
Casper Johns joined us. Says, let's go Tangles. So, speaking of nicknames, Matty Flapper's nickname is Tangles. So you might hear us refer to Matty as Tangles.
There goes Chris. He's pretty close here, Tone. Oh, what a
Good
bowl.
bowl.
What a bowl.
Chris has made the move during the week from St John's Park to Maryland. So
during the week.
During the week. Not even updated on the Bowls New South Wales website yet. It is that fresh. Big pick up for Maryland's too.
Yeah, got some good players there.
Yep.
big Kev from here. He was playing there for a while. Snapper's awfully close. Just needs to hang. Oh. Mate. Just under.
Coat of varnish between the bowl and jack there. A little bit chilly here still, Jimmy. It's
Yeah, it's not warm.
the rain's disappeared, which is good news.
Yeah, you can tell what the players on the green. Not a single hoodie has come off on this green at all today. I think under the roof it sort of just keeps the cool in a bit.
Yeah, it sure does. So this man needs no introduction at all. It is, of course, Aaron Teys, representing New South Wales from the Moama Bowls Club, using a Henselite XG size 4 in what's called the iconic duo colours.
So what he's trying to do here is get out to them 2 bowls of Dylan Fisher's, them blues, where sort of Chris's foot was then, because they're going to attack on the forehand, and there's obviously a good possibility the jack goes out there. So he's trying to think ahead. He's Aaron there. He's the big man, Matty Flapper, to do that attack on the forehand. Just that sort of raking shot, 6 to 8 feet away through. It's just going to miss. So we've got some new technology on our live stream today, and
Exciting.
we're ready to use it pretty soon. I was trying to.
Don't go too early.
I was
Jimmy.
trying to
Don't
use
go
it on
too
this.
early.
We won't give it away, but you'll see it on the screen soon.
I wanted to use it on the jack roll.
Yeah.
Well, that's the jack, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, so Aaron trying to get to them wing bowls. Just needs to hurry that line. Fairly good home, but still doesn't cut the jack right back out. Yeah, good call by Dylan. Wants him to go bigger. So the jack will probably go out of bounds. If you hit it, you don't know, but it probably goes out of bounds, so just give it a whack. Here he
A
goes.
very quick drive, Matt Flapper. I'm glad we're sitting side on. And that's
and there
exactly
he goes,
what
the
happens.
jack. That would have. I reckon that jack would have gone the whole green if he didn't hit Dave Ferguson's leg then. So we'll replay the first one.
Aaron Teys gives a bit of applause to Matty Flapper for a good hit. Well called by Snapper. Well hit by Matty Flapper. We'll reset end 1.
We'll keep you up to date with the scores, the over 60s and the under 25s as well. So probably let a bit of the game pass, sort of 5 or so ends on each rink, and then we'll send someone around to do some scores. So a must-win test for the Victorians in this one.
I mean, really, regardless of whether you're supporting New South Wales or Victoria, I think everybody wants to see a tied series up until the last game.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course, the 3-match series, 2 on the Saturday, 1 on the Sunday. Johnny McCarron with that familiar goose step and the left-hander's delivery. Can bowl either hand, Johnny McCarron.
Yeah, he's...
And I don't mean forehand, backhand. I mean can bowl left or right-handed.
Yeah, there was a story he broke his left, didn't he, and then played with his right and still skipped in Divi 1 or played front in the Premier.
Incredibly talented.
Greenkeeper by trade.
Yep. Former Victorian Bowler of the Year. Probably reigning Bowler of the Year, I guess, if we're going to award that every couple of years.
Just a good bloke.
Yep. Not a bad home for Matty Miles either.
Yeah, he looks good. Like, these first 2 ends, he's jumped straight into his work. Your mate Mike from...
Aberystwyth.
You got it. You've been practicing. What was a handy
What would we
bowl?
be saying? We'd be saying good morning, I guess, to Mike now.
Yeah.
Be early in the morning too, wouldn't it?
Very early, about 20 past 5.
There you go. Welcome to the coverage, Mike. So Nathan Dawson was a member at Curry for many, many years. Now at Maitland City. He's got his weight dialed in. They are going to be hard to tell the difference between his bowl and Johnny McCarron's bowl at times.
Especially when they sit up like that.
Yep.
You can't see the blue from our angle of John's barely.
I went and spoke to him before the game. He's saying they're green and black. I'm not sure I'm making them out as green and black from here, but so if we do get confused a bit later on, apologies. It could happen. reminded my daughter's netball game's just about to start. Fingers crossed.
You're way more
Go
organised than me.
get him. She's playing under 18s this year. She's only 15, but playing up. So
Yeah, fair. Just trying to sit this bowler Johnny's out. Doesn't quite get back in time. Brado up.
Call from Matty Flapper. Is your weight's good?
So for those who didn't watch the this morning stream, this rink's playing real even both sides. It's a superb ball, Brad, all out.
Yeah.
So I know we've all been watching the com games, and there's definitely been an issue with the ditch rink and one of the live stream rinks there under the big oak tree. We're okay here. There's no bad hand, good hand.
Yep. And no oak trees.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Do have a nice roof though.
Yeah.
Chris Herden, often referred to as Herdo. He's won an Australian Open pairs. I think maybe an Australian Open triples as well.
Close air tone.
It's just going to sit behind the shot bowler Brad Orr.
What Snapper won't want to do here, Dylan, he won't want to put a jack high bowl anywhere or anything for New South Wales to use to work in from. It's a pretty narrow head at the moment. So he probably ensure he's past the jack if anything.
One to Dave Ferguson on the rink, one over on the opening end. He's up against Brett Marnie. It's not a bad track here from Herdo. Just a touch high.
Yeah, close again. Two great efforts.
Nice little collection just in behind the jack.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Greg. Right, Dylan's got to get this one to swoop back in now. He's trying his hardest.
Very shiny bowls. Dylan Fisher's Grandmaster Premiers.
Shining them. Let's see what Aaron Teys has got here. Looks like a bit of weight to me. How'd he go? Something's going to happen.
He's moved a few around. Chris Herden's bowl still in behind the shot bowler Brad Orr.
Is that Johnny McCarron's or is that Nathan Dawson's? I think it's Nathan Dawson's to the jack
To the right, yeah, I think it is.
So if you can catch the edge of Brad Orr's bowl.
Yep, scoot that out.
Just this edge here. There we go.
Misfire.
Oh, I didn't realise you had to do that.
Yeah, you got to do the T, you got to do the signal.
So he's trying to catch this edge of the bowl here, that side. Try and clip it through. Bowl through there. How good's this?
Keep drawing, keep drawing.
It's a new feature we're trying out for the first time today, so let us know.
Yeah,
By the wrinkly lines, like my drawing's not of a level worthy of this, but
Like a kid in a candy store at the moment.
we're going to try it.
So Teysy again. Looking to peel out the Brad Orr bowl in the ideal sense. Land off that, take the jack out's good too. That one is not going to trouble the scorers. Matty Flap. It's Very good effort. It gets there. Great bowl, Matty Flapper.
Yeah, gets a couple.
In for 2 for the Vics. In what is the opening end. Of course, we had a dead end going up the first time. Tim Hancock says he likes it.
It's a fat good. We've just got to get a pen now that draws on it. This is it's a very last-minute thing we've managed to.
It's a bit hard with fat fingers, isn't it?
Exactly.
So Tim Hancock has just made history being the first person to like your Telestrator drawings.
There you go. You're famous, Tim.
Yep. No one can ever take that away from you. 2-zip after 1. Johnny McCarron on the mat.
Reckon.
Just developing as we go here.
We've got a drawing pen we're in. Good crowd here again. There's a good about 100, 150 here, I reckon.
I reckon probably more out the back. There's a few around the development team.
Yeah, each green's got a good splash of spectators watching. It's great. Bowls well supported up here in the Campaspe region.
Kaz and Rog have obviously patched things up over lunch. They're both facing the same way now.
Who are they watching? They sit behind Jess Wallace. Matty Flapper saying, Brad Orr, your choice, mate. Draw me a shot.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah. Well, for someone of Brad Orr's ability, usually is.
Yep.
Needs this one to hurry down.
Couple of local legends just rocking in. If you're in the area, come down to Moama Bowls Club.
There's darts on as well. Australian Open darts.
There certainly is.
Well,
A couple of absolute legends driving past.
yeah. Brad Orr slightly improving from his first, so still room for someone to come in and own this head.
Just had a bit too much petrol, that bloke. Wanted to waste a little. As he accelerates hard, then brakes for the intersection that's 50 metres ahead.
Yeah. That's what, $10 he's just wasted doing that?
These days, yeah. So no one really getting near it on this end yet.
Nah, there's heaps of room. Someone eventually is going to jump on it.
There's plenty of talent in both these rinks. Of course, Dylan Fisher has got as much talent as just about anyone.
Just finding the same issue as Brad Orr, just sort of not quite reaching.
I think we found this in the women's match this morning, though. It took an end or two to get used to the pace coming back this way.
They did play their first game on this same green. These guys just a few rinks down.
Like Chris Herden's not happy with that one. He's got his head in his hands. Does have the opportunity to correct with his next one, though. Dylan Fisher getting it away very, very smooth. Needs to hold. Takes the jack.
Johnny McCarron's at the back, or is it? Yeah, that is Johnny's at the back.
Matty Miles to the right from where we're sitting, or left of screen. Johnny McCarron's to the right on the screen. Chris Herden just slides through.
It's been a great day of bowls so far. We've just been let down by the Moama staff. Oh, hi, Kev. Sorry, you're on the stream. No, it's all going sweet here. Hope you're well, Kev. He's done a good job of organising us here at Moama. him and his mate Stu. Matty Flapper. Oh. Dylan Fisher tried to give it everything for that bowl just to move and hit the jack, but no dice.
Lovely bowl, Aaron Teys. That's the shot bowl.
Was there any doubt in Tone? I don't think there ever was
Nope.
there? I don't think there ever was.
Well, Jimmy, I reckon you might be right because they haven't corrected that scoreboard next door. So
I think it's 8-0 next door after 2 ends. I reckon Dave Ferguson's rink's just picked up a 7.
a 7, yeah.
Wow.
There wasn't a lot of excitement or anything
Well,
in it.
that's what that's what made me question it. Do you know, Matty? Was it a 7 next door? Well, yeah, it doesn't know. Well, there was no noise though.
It's a pretty similar track to the first.
Is the jack
Just
going?
to be a bit careful with the jack. Yeah.
Oh, let's give me a high five.
So we went quiet then because Aaron, who just gave the shot away, was standing right next to us in the commentary desk, and yeah, he just turned around and Matty said, "Let's give me a high five."
I tell you what, I spent a bit of time with Aaron Teys. He is a very, very funny man. And I reckon he's actually a really, really good fella too. I've seen him do a couple of things, and I'm not going to say what they are, but just a genuinely good human. Done some very good stuff for some clubs in terms of raising money and a few things like that. So, a very nice man.
I've put that on the wrong side. Not Mary. Is of course 3-0, 2-1. Yeah, we reckon it's got 8-0 on the scoreboard next door on that Ferguson Marnie rink. So
I definitely got 1 on the first end.
yeah, so we're presuming it's correct, and there was a 7 picked up by the New South Wales rink.
Unusual not to have any noise. Makes me wonder if there might have been a bit of fortune or something in it.
Yeah, maybe. That's a big slice of fortune, jagging a 7.
Yeah. We'll find out afterwards.
Just through by J Mac there. So Matty Miles gets a chance to jump on. Started off real hot, these two, and then just cooled a bit since. In fair start for Matty.
A dinner suggestion, is it?
Yeah. I think we landed on Tide, didn't we?
Which, to be fair, is focused around how can we make sure we watch
The
Aaron
bowls.
Wilson
Yeah,
play.
that's true.
Which will, for those who aren't aware, Aaron Wilson be playing his semi-final match tonight at 5:30. I think it is our time, 8:30 AM UK time. So if he wins that, he's up against the Scottish opponent, Ian McLean.
But he's got to beat. Is he playing Gary Kelly, the Scottish guy, or did he already play?
No, Disco's playing Ian McLean in the
Oh,
semi.
I got you. Sorry, yep.
And Gary Kelly is playing against the Malaysian
Yeah, that's right.
singles player. So the winner of both matches will go through to the gold-silver playoff.
And when's the
And
pairs? The women's pairs is
I think it's second.
game. Yep. It could be a good night of bowls after a good day of bowls.
Yep.
Brad Orr just travelling with his swamp.
Of course, our women's pairs are going for a gold medal. They're guaranteed at least a silver and a shot at gold. Women's pairs, of course, is Ellen Ryan, who already has a gold medal in the women's singles, and Christina Christic. Two very good friends. They're looking to get a result for each other in their country.
Taking 2 golds home for Ellen would be some feat.
Well, we haven't had one in the Northern Hemisphere in a Com Games, so to come home with 2 would be ridiculous.
Well, back to this one. Bradwell's got to adjust. He's probably 4 or 5 feet through with his first.
Takes
Can he
the
get
jack back
all of it
it's
to
not, though.
himself? Gets the jack right back to himself.
Gets the thumbs up from Manny Flapper.
Aaron said to Nathan, then play whatever pace you want. He's happy for him to reach up clearly. Just drifts under with that. So I think Dylan will try and come through this front gap here. And he'll try and sit that white ball. Anything through there. It's good under that.
Nice use
That's
of the telestrator. That was cream.
It's a good port for him.
Well, that is the shot he's trying to play. Could have left your left it up there, and we'll see just how accurately the bowl goes to your drawing.
It's a bit wobbly. Whereas Chris will come on the forehand. I slightly feel it's a lower percentage shot. It's probably more percentage to get the shot. We're only 1 down. It's not going to do it with that one. So Dylan needs to get higher on the line with this one.
It's around the front one just.
Can't read Chris's body language on this one. I don't think he overly likes it.
Looks pretty high to me. Weight was okay. Weight was very good.
So neither third able to change anything there.
So it should be the same shortest shot for Maddie Flapper. Try and say that 5 times fast.
Going pretty hot on that Dave Ferguson rink next door. Just picked up another 2, so it is 10-0 now. Had Maddie go under, that's good. No swoop. If it had just got closer to the line I drew earlier, it'd have been all right.
I tell you what, Jimmy, I was a big rap for Sarah Boddington's game earlier. In terms of an expert lead, just efficiency would have been amazingly high. One rink over for New South Wales is Craig Donaldson. He would be very similar in my mind. A heck of a good lead bowler. Amazing draw bowler. Weight control is incredible. And that'll be where the VICs are going to find it hard as I look up and see his first bowl.
Yeah, go pretty
sits
close.
within about 8 inches.
Yeah, they ooze class. Oh, Paul, that is a shame. He reckons that the early game is the women's pairs, and no stream of Aaron.
I haven't looked at rinks, so that is no good at all.
That's ruined my night, mate. That's our plan's gone out the window.
Too late to get over to Birmingham. How far is it? Teys doesn't like this, sort of kicked his foot at it at the end. No, it doesn't.
Just be the 1 to the VICs in this. 4-zip.
As I look up and see Pixie Craig Donaldson's 2 bowls were right on it. Such a big advantage in a 4s game to have a lead that can do that.
Yeah, right. Paul is correct. Shame. Yeah, over in the under 25 game, early update. Jared Davies' triples rink is 6-3 down. And Brad Pavey's rink is 5-3 up. So pretty close on that one.
So women's pairs gold medal matches on rink 1, so that'll be televised. Aaron Wilson's matches on rink 9, so
Not televised.
you're all spot on.
Look, I'm okay with the precedence going to the gold medal match. Obviously, that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
It's okay. Who's on the other one? Who's on rink 6?
So the bronze medal match, Malaysia v New Zealand. And then the midday match is men's 4s gold medal match, rink 1, bronze medal match. Rink 6, so Northern Ireland against India for the gold and silver, and Wales against England for the bronze and 4th place. And then, all going well, there'll be a men's singles gold medal match later on in the evening, which I think about 1:30 our
Sounds
time.
about right. I'll be tucked up in bed by then, I reckon.
Sure. Not in bed by 10, go home is what I was always told. I don't know whether that's right or not. Never knew what it meant.
What have we got here?
I've no idea. Just some banana and some
Whatever they are.
fruit and veggies it would be.
Right, Brad Hall, some work to do on the forehand out. Pretty close. Pretty close. Oh, Brad Hall grabs the shot for the VICs.
Early days, of course, but he's pretty good, Brett Hall.
He always is. Multiple state titles he's won. Victoria. Nathan Dawson rubbish that instantly. See why falls in the pit.
Yep. Uncharacteristic. I'm sure he'll correct with his next one.
Needs this to stay on, does Dylan Fisher. He does stay on. Not too far from the
Falls
ditch.
against the bias.
That as my iPad died, sorry. So he's trying to get Dylan to play the same way as his last and get on the Brad Hall's blue. or get the clean jack is good.
Jack's okay when you've got the back one.
Gives it a
Doesn't
small
quite kick it that far. Gets it out in the open though.
Not sure who we're streaming yet tomorrow, Mark. We'll wait and see how the games pan out. We'll try and stream the game that's live. So today we did the women's and the men's, and we'll see where we're at for tomorrow, later tonight. Right, so it's kind of probably the blue bowls are holding there. Of Chris Herden. But plenty of room for Maddie. He's just got to pick the gap. Oh, he's not trying to pick a gap with this. So Aaron Teys is trying to play Dylan Fisher's bowl out because it's probably holding him out of a few. The one on the right of the screen.
Pretty good effort too.
Close.
Just gonna whisk it past.
So that whole group at the front probably counts if he gets rid of that. So he does need another bowl in there.
Just draw onto the blue, says Matty Flapper, and Dylan Fisher says, yes, please. It's got to happen now. If you say please, it's got to happen, doesn't
Exactly. Well, it's a big bowl because you don't want to give Aaron Teys a sniff of making a huge number. Because he's not going to miss twice, is he? Uh-oh, he needs the jack here.
Take
Gets
the
the
jack.
jack. Right back to Dylan Fisher.
it? Give that a clap, says Matty Flapper. Why not?
Well, Aaron shakes his head. We'll get the camera down. Show you where that bowl went. Aaron shakes his head with a smile on his face because he knew if he missed, he was going to have an opportunity of making a huge number for New South Wales.
So 1, 2, 3. To the VICs. I don't think I can make any more out of that.
Yeah,
no matter how hard I try.
There's not a lot going for Aaron here.
5:30 p.m. Eastern is correct, Barbara Green. Yes. It's for the Ellen Ryan, Christina Christic shot at a gold medal.
Brett Marnie's picked up a score on the rink next door. Wait till the scoreboard goes up, but he's off the board.
10 zip down before that one, so they really did need to turn that around.
Why not? I'll have one of them bananas, Tone.
Yeah, there's some apples in there too. So Teysy just finding some front stuff. We'll probably cut one out. No.
4.
Actually,
Oh, that was Matty Flappers that came forward.
it was, sorry. My mistake.
4 to the VIC's out. So good start so far.
8 zip. Means we've effectively got 2 rings counteracting each other. It was 1 to Brett Marnie, which puts us, by my reckoning, to level pegging, 11 shots apiece. Just as I say that, they update the board 1 rink over between Dean O'Neill and Lee Schreiner. That's now 2 shots apiece. So New South Wales regain a 1-shot buffer.
Yeah, this one's going to be close. The VICs have to win. They're not going to give it up. They're going to keep pushing. There's a lot of class in this New South Wales side, and we mentioned it earlier, but they are missing 4 or 5 players.
Jeff Gibson saying he met Audrey and Trudy from the Falkland Islands Ladies Triple. Have to bowl in the school corridor as they have no green at home. So there you go. We think we're going bad over here when you might get the odd rough patch on a green. Try bowling in a school corridor.
That's a cracking bowl by Matty Miles there.
Matty Miles might have learned to bowl in a school corridor.
Yeah.
And he's doing that.
Yeah, I can't say Falkland Islands. You'd be picturing that as a destination for bowls. Yeah, J-Mac's not entirely happy with his work there. He turns around.
His weight was good, but line just didn't quite find it.
Matty
Two
Miles
rippers.
turning up the heat. It is Bob. It is 10-1. 54. He picked up a 7 the second end. But we didn't commentate on it because we didn't hear any noise, so we don't know whether it was a fluky 7 or what it was. Oh, there's an opportunity now for New South Wales here. If Nathan Dawson can start piling the pressure on. We saw in the game this morning, it really was the second and the third, which was Nat Narona and Jamie Lee Worsnop put the pressure on for New South. And this, oh, he sort of puts...
This is it.
Nathan Dawson.
The BL.
Yeah. He looks up with a real smile because he has put a blinking light on that. Now he's a massive target, Brad Orr. He skips in pennant and a lot of state titles as skip. He won't miss an opportunity to have a go at that.
What a belter.
Gets it, chins the jack into the ditch. Yeah, at this level, you put a 3-bowl target like that. It's unfortunate from Nathan Dawson, the result he got, but he was never going to miss.
So there we go, the markers on the bank, the white one showing the jack and the red showing where the live bowl is. So it's got to be first shot, second shot, third shot to Vic.
Yeah. Yep.
It's both the Johnny McCarron bowls and Brad Orr's first bowl, which is in the ditch.
The only thing I'll say about down here is I've seen a lot of bowls played at Moama across BPL, state pennants, various things we've commentated on here and watched. These ditches can be funny, like the plinth on them lifts a bit. So if you get one, it could just hover and stay right above.
Yeah, you see that a bit sometimes, don't you? They sort of chuck it in reverse right at the very last second and stay up. So
if you can get the clear gap here, just run hard. Fair effort. It's probably only...
Matty Flapper's still saying 2, so... Back his judgment, that's for sure.
It's further down the rink. Dylan Fisher.
Into Johnny McCarron's bowls, a good result. Good. Yep.
Real
well
good.
Done, great bowl.
3 to Vic now.
There. Just running out of gas a little bit at the end there from Chris Herden.
Building nicely for the Vics now, this head. It's one bowl from Nathan Dawson that just opened it slightly for Brad Orr, and he jumped through the door with 2 feet.
On the track.
I don't mind the weight. I think this is a pretty good bowl. That's Dylan's. It's good. And he brings it into a good spot. That's very difficult for Aaron Teys to get to now. This is a pretty good head setup for Victoria. There's a lot of work for Aaron to do. It's wider than anyone else has been.
Needs to hold up. Needs to hold up. Just drops in. Still got another shot at it though.
Matty just wants to stick this in reverse. No, don't.
Nope.
Oh, it just sinks in.
And the funny thing is now, Jimmy, Teys just gone in the ditch. Flaps has just gone in the ditch. It's on Teys' mind now to keep this a bit short.
Yeah.
There's every danger of overcorrecting and falling too short.
I think that's what he's done.
I don't want to say I'm a tactical genius. Be a bit careful here. It is 4 to the VICs. And in no time, I actually feel like there's not a great deal of difference between the two teams, but the scoreline says 12-zip.
It's been 2 bowls. So and the 2 bowls, one was Matty Flapper's, which, to be honest, for me, in that not the end just finished the one before, was a high-risk shot, because if he missed, he'd give Aaron Teys a swing at a ball for probably 6 or 7. But he doesn't miss. He gets the jack, and a bit of bad luck from Aaron on his last ball brings another one in for Vic. But here, it was actually Nathan Dawson's bowl that caused the issue. He opened the target up. He moved one of Matty Miles's bowls, and Brad Orr just took the opportunity, and then the head built from there. So 2 real pivotal moments have pretty much cost New South Wales 8 shots in no time. And that's this level of bowls. You can't make mistakes.
Well, that's it. And conversely, Matty Flapper can go for it because he's got the ability, as do just about every player out here on the rink. So that's what makes it great for everyone to watch.
So it looks like the New South Wales women are slightly in front, 16-11 after 13 next door. Try and get you some over 60s updates pretty soon. Send Mel around the grounds. Johnny McCarron, change of hand, goes pretty good. He's been scratchy first up, J-Max, so maybe a change of hand is a good thing for him, just to reset his mind and start again.
Looks like the Dawn Heyman rink continuing on their merry way. They lead 7-4 over Jess Wallace so far.
Matty Miles.
Early days.
Great reply by him. Superb bolt. Don't
Nice
think he got the touch.
Not quite. Near enough.
Yeah, top bowl that. Another Wonder Day Ferguson next door.
There you go. It's that reverse.
Yeah.
As Brad Orr just gets to the back lip.
Not happy with his self here, Nathan. Or he's close if he can hurry this. Oh, Brad Orr, great effort. Oh, Dylan. What are they? 1 down, 1 in the head, 2 in the head. It's pretty tough to draw off on the forehands here. He's going to come back and probably attack a bit more now.
Just trying to squeeze the jack out.
Yeah, trying to get underneath the white. He's going to move the white. Yeah, so Matty Flapper says a lot better, and you can see why. There's the opportunity to catch the edge of that bowl and work across, just flick over there. So New South would be trying to Playing it up, so yeah, catch the inside edge of that, of his last bowl. Is what he'll be trying to do.
With a bit of purpose.
Yeah, just searching weight's fine.
Needs to drop now.
It's just going to get it
Be
clean.
far off.
Yeah, it's good. Real good by
Absolute
Snapper.
cracker.
Spills the jack out in the open, the hold one. Plenty of room for Chris Herden, though, to draw it clean. Which he is going to go pretty close to doing. Yeah, terrific bowl.
Just about put it on top of it.
Terrific bowl. I wouldn't be surprised to see a ditch weight bowl by Matty Flapper here now. He's got Brad Orr's right at the back on the bank. We can see it sort of right in front of the number one. So if he punches the jack through, it's gold for Victoria. He'll go with it for a second as well. A lot of turn on that one. Thought we'd see more pace.
Either sit the bowl or take the jack through. David Clark says we're still using red lines. Taylor red lines. Aaron Teys adds another one. That may change Matty Flapper's outlook on weight.
Yeah, he said, what do you want? Dylan, draw it or run the jack? And he said, get the jack. I think it was a rhetorical question almost.
Yeah. Look, even if he misses and gets one of the bowls, it's still not a bad result to go one down. So, of course, Matty Flapper doesn't know how to miss.
No, we'll replay this one again.
Yep. Jack in the pit, out of bounds though. So that is a dead end. It'll be replayed. So New South were holding two. There were options for Victoria. One of them was jack straight back for shots. The second was remove a New South Wales bowl or two. The third was send the jack out of bounds and start again. McCarron getting his line spot on, just a touch behind, but not lost. Yeah, Matty Miles. Not a bad spot to finish. By his last couple of ends, he'd probably consider that loose. His last 3 or 4 bowls have been absolutely outstanding. Yep, good spot for Johnny McCarron, just in behind the jack. So Matty Flapper saying your choice. Brad Orr, you would imagine, is going to elect to go forehand, given that bowl might just be in the line. It is probably going around it anyway, but elects to go forehand. It'll be the shot bowl, 2 to VIC so far. Looks to be a little narrower, if anything. Doesn't quite get around the front bowl, so no change there. Still Vic's holding 2. Ends up in a pretty good home.
Lee Schreiner taking a 3-2 lead on the far rink.
Not a bad luxury when you got Ray Pearce playing 3 for you, is it?
Yeah.
As if Lee Schreiner wasn't good enough already.
So what I don't understand about this New South Wales side is when these... I mean, I should probably have a look at who they pick for Queensland, but when them 4 or 5 players come back in, where do the rest of these guns go? Do they just filter forward?
Lee goes to 2, yeah.
He's playing
2. Second in the series against Queensland in a few weeks' time.
Wow.
So you bring back in Corey Wedlock, Ben Twist as 2 of the skippers. So they'll be the 3 alongside...
Aaron Teys, yeah.
No, actually, that's not right. Corey Wedlock plays 3 because Fergo still skips, so...
Ridiculous. Who else comes back in? Carl Healy comes back in.
Yep, Carl Healy will come back in. And I think he comes in as 3 as well, so...
And Disco comes in as skip.
Disco comes in as skip. So it's a scary amount of talent in one team. Particularly when you add, they already have this talent anyway, and then you add Lee Schreiner or Aaron Wilson, whatever it may be.
Mind blowing. Dylan Fisher, gets a piece of it back to Johnny. Crazy strength in depth. Crazy.
And the reality is that's a product of, one, having good coaching and large population, but also their really super strong club structure. They can afford to have players playing for clubs and therefore playing for New South Wales. So a real benefit that New South Wales has.
So surely they're favourites to win Ali Shield. I don't know, I'd be tipping them in as favourites anyway.
Yeah, I think no bookmaker, but they'd be the shortest price, that's for sure. Recent record suggests they should be. I think it's only...
Flapper. Oh, real good. Puts that in a real tough spot to get to now. It's a tough shot again for Aaron. I don't think he's had an easy shot to play yet. No. I think the easiest one was that last end where he just had to draw another and he drew another, and then everything else has been, he has to play inch perfect.
Yes, correct, John. Thank you very much. I did forget about that.
Oh yeah, young family. 2 tests in 3 weeks. It's fair enough, understandable.
So it's really only Queensland and Victoria that can challenge New South Wales generally. South Australia did win it a few years ago, and it does happen, of course, with other states, but just the strength of their club structure and number of players says New South Wales is generally there, and then the Queensland All-Stars bob their head up every now and again. Of course, Victoria depends pretty well.
Depends where they can nationalise people from.
That's right. And similar sort of thing with New South Wales. They have the club structure to be able to afford to pay players and therefore recruit them across from South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania, Northern Territory, New South Wales, even when you look at an Aaron Sheriff. Be very interesting to make that competition state of origin. See some very different teams.
This is a ridiculously tough shot here. I think he just has to... It's weird for a player... It'd be tough for a player of his ability, but he has to just swallow a bit of... Just get second or third shot here. Because a few down, I'm sure he's got it more than likely in his repertoire to actually get the shot, but it's such low percentage and such a tough shot to play. That sort of funny weight swinging backhand bowl. And that's why he's coming down and having a fair look at the head.
You don't think you can get back to it just on a forehand draw?
At low percentage, because there's so many. If he's slightly wide, he's cooked. If he's slightly narrow, he runs into a load of bowls.
We're talking about Aaron Teys, though.
True.
I mean, the backhand's got just as many issues, really.
Our crowd's about to swell here, I reckon, because of the darts he's finishing up over the road. So all the bowlers were watching the darts last night, and now all the darts coming and watching the bowlers.
Yeah, he's going the backhand. He's got to try and navigate this bowl of Dylan Fisher, dark blue navy bowl.
There's always the risk, mate. I think it's another 4, 3, 3. So they're absolutely flying the VICs in this rink. 15 without reply. After 6, however, Dave Ferguson picks up another 3 next door. So his rink doing the damage in reverse. It's 3-2 on the far rink. So we've got a battle in store on the overall board.
McCarron's weight's been very good this game. Good response from Matty Miles.
Yeah, he's sort of gone with Johnny so far. If Johnny dots a few on, he's pretty close himself. Johnny with that funny leg action on his delivery. Yeah, good bowls by J-Mac. Good tussle up front in this rink, despite the 15-0 scoreline. Heaps of darts fans coming across here, Tone, in the dart shirts. Not too dissimilar to bowls.
That's true. It was really interesting seeing how many bowlers were interested in it.
Oh, it was stacks.
A lot of them play darts as well, so they're...
I don't want to throw them under the bus, but there was
No.
a lot of players in there.
See the similarities with a hand-eye coordinated target sport. You'd imagine somebody who's good at darts would be good at bowls, and vice versa. So,
well, someone bad at bowls like me would be bad at darts.
Saw early in the night, I saw Matty Bowes, almost fanboying a couple of the
he got on.
and
they took him in for a practice for a few throws of their darts. Yeah, the Northern Irish guy. He was showing me and Kev pictures later.
Great bowl. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if someone like Matty Bowes is an incredibly good lawn bowler, would be a very good darts player.
Yeah, top bowl there by Nathan. Brad Orr's got a pretty obvious shot in front of him. Just hit that bowl, get the jack and go with it.
An ability to do it.
Yeah, we spoke about this in the Tasmania series, but a lot of these players will play skips at their clubs and skip in rinks where they're playing in state games and
region
teams and region knockout games, and so the ability just to step up even as a second and just play that bowl, it's something he'd be practicing fairly regularly through the season. He's had 2 real opportunities of doing it so far, Brad Orr, and he's hit them both times. Right, it's Dylan Fisher wanting to float around the bowls that are now short of the jack.
Wind is a little chilly when it comes through.
Not the worst home for Dylan Fisher. In play back there. Dean O'Neill Jags on back. So we've got two games with big scores and then 1-3 apiece after 6 ends. The contrasts of bowls, eh? All right, Chris Herden. Bit of correcting to do off his first. And he's definitely corrected the weight. Can he get back down there?
Second shot?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's kind of an awkward shot as well because Matty will, because it's short of the jack, he's not going to want to, it's a good guide for him. He can draw inside it. But he doesn't want to slightly miss his line and catch the outside of it because he'll probably knock it in for shot. He's got to be careful with how he approaches that bowl. Misses. It's right to the back. Don't think that was a planned back bowl because he already had one there, so he just probably missed his weight a touch. So Aaron will try and just get any side of that blow. If he gets the outside, he'll flop it in. If he gets the inside, he'll walk his own in. He's narrow and he's going to get Brad Orrs. Ooh. Still wonder Victoria here. Matty Flapper, he's on the inside.
Tell you what.
Oh, what a bowl. That's superb. He gets a nod of approval from Aaron Teys. Matty Flapper's bowl there. Makes it very difficult for Aaron now. I don't think he's had many easy shots. Like, he just hasn't. He's doing it tough. He's been put in some pretty hard positions so far.
Almost, in some respects, finding himself in a similar position to what Lisa Phillips did last match.
He's close, though. He
just around. It was a very good effort.
Couple to VIC.
So Dawn Heyman continues on her merry way. She leads 14-4 over Jess Wallace. Tightened up in the next rink over. Lisa Phillips against Ann Johns, 6 shots apiece.
10-5 the way of who's in that far rink?
That's Kay Moran.
Yeah, and Cass
Is
Miller.
leading 10-5 over Cass. So I can't quite see what that adds up to, but I'm going to say it's 26-15.
Correct.
That, of course, is in the women's.
Johnny McCarron goes good again. Vic off to a good start. I wouldn't have put much money on this being 17-0 after 7.
No, either way.
No, that's right. I don't think it's been like a full-on bashing, but
No.
just that slight bit of more consistency.
So umpire called. He completes his duties 1 rink over. Vic's take the end. I didn't see how many shots. I've got a feeling it was only 1, but
Bowls by Johnny.
what's Matty Miles done with his second? Looks to be on a relatively good track.
Yeah, great bowl. Grabs a shot. Right, or just trying to arrive on the forehand. Jackal bowl's good. Just drawing in like any good second he'll want to be. Foot or so past the jack. Nothing too crazy with his weight. He's actually probably a little bit firmer than I thought he might be, but he knows he knows what he's doing a lot better than me.
Oh,
touches it the other way.
Stiff.
Doesn't change too much though.
It's quite shaggy hair from Brad Orr.
Yeah. Barber's been shutting Shepparton. I almost said it too early then. I almost said Nathan Dawson has he's had a bit of bad luck so far. But I shut up because I didn't want to stitch him up. So in the under-25s, got some scores from there. The girls is 8-all and 11-all in their 2 triples games.
Okay.
So obviously tied overall with that. Oh, Brad. Oh.
They had a cracking finish in their first match this morning too. So.
And they're up on both rinks in the boys, 9-6 and 11-6.
Victoria's up 9-6 and 11-6. They had a relatively comfortable win this morning, the Vic boys over the New South Wales boys. I say boys, they're under 25.
Yeah,
so
I put boys in there, and then I went, I don't know if they are.
Yeah.
Are they boys and girls, or are they men and women? I don't know.
It's funny, just under the age of 25, you probably don't want to be called a boy. And you get north of 25, you go, yeah, I'm happy to be called a boy again. It's no problem. Here we go. We can see some scores on your screen now. So
they're the wrong scores.
Very good. They're just slightly out of date. Jess Wallace is now 4-14, but
good effort, Brad. He's going to have a dig at this, I think. Dylan Fisher. Back in the Victorian side after a few years out. He's under.
And certainly could have been in the Victorian side the whole way along, just chose to
that's right.
get onto a career.
Qualified policeman now.
Correct.
We'll get you some scores as well for the over 60s. We've sent Mel out to get them. Matty will dig at this. He'll have a run. I just checked. It's closer in the S. I didn't get it.
I picked GWS in that. So
it's funny. I was just looking at our tipping comp. I work tipping comp. Anyone who tipped GWS had tipped the Suns.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah. So that everyone was getting
trying to make them up galore.
Yeah. Matty has having a dig.
Oh goodness me, that hits hard. That ball was actually stopped by Dave Ferguson a rink and a half away. It ran along the ditch.
But I think that's taken out a stack of Vic bowls. I think that's now.
Yeah, they're both the white bowls of Matty Miles.
I think the Jack High one on the left is Nathan Dawson as well.
Yep,
So I think
I
it might
reckon
be
you're right.
three
It's
to
the corded colours. Yep.
3 to New South.
So the one behind from Johnny McCarron is the closest Vic bowl. It could even be 4, depending on the angle.
I was going to say, I don't think he'll go again, and he doesn't. Needs to hurry. Needs to hurry.
No real clues from the boys.
It's a barring an outright disaster. They'll get off the board here, New South Wales, in this rink.
Pick up a half-decent number too. Chris Herden asking it to slow down. It is 4 to New South Wales, so they're on the board in a big way. 17-4, we've played 8 ends.
It's funny, we're the furthest along, and we've had 2 dead ends in this. Not messing about as Aaron Teys pulls his troops in for a bit of a chat.
Yep, as they have their chat, I cannot get the dart song out of my head. Do, 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 do.
Yeah,
that would have been good to play about now. Every other rink might have been annoyed.
Matty, New South took the first test in the men's, what, about 16, 17, I think.
Women's in the first test was an interesting one. Victoria won one rink, they drew one, and New South Wales won the other rink. The margin was a little superior, so New South Wales got the first one in the women's.
It's 27-20 the way New South Wales in the women's testing the other one, and I'll go and see if I can see the others because Mel's not getting back to me.
Yep. In the over 60s, Victoria won both the men's and the women's. In the under 25/development, Victoria won the boys, or men's, we should be saying. And New South Wales, I think, just got up in the women's. All right, here we go. Back to the action here. Maddie Miles on the mat using the Henselite XG, size 4. It's been very good this match. Of course, a former state pairs winner. Won that with Jackaroo, Jessie Nerona. Won their state pennant a couple of times with Tarrant Point and Warilla. Already played 40-odd matches for New South Wales, so experienced campaigner. Gets a little edge off his first and nestles in for shot. As Matty Miles. So Johnny McCarron can correct off his first one.
Right, 24-18 to the over 60s New South Wales women over Victoria. The men for Victoria are winning 24-10. There's a rink that's 10-0 over there.
24-10, did you say?
There's a rink that's 10 zip up. Nathan Dawson going to end up behind here.
That's a good effort by the Vic over 60s. There's some quality players in the New South Wales over 60s men's. Sammy Lugutsa like a pizza, as he says. Peter Taylor, quality player. Peter Stockham, a great player. He's class everywhere, so good result for the Vics so far. Early days, though.
Yeah, about a third of the game gone. Same as here. Rador just going to crash into Johnny McCarron's. Bring it a bit closer to the jack, but still one to New South Wales. As it's getting cold again.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a good bowl up by Nathan.
Second shot.
Yeah, it's sort of arriving for Brador now. Just making sure he reaches the head.
Certainly no slouch, Nathan Dawson. He won a state pairs, runner up in the state fours, state triples. Very handy player.
Just needed to connect with some of them, Brad. He probably overcooked his weight as well. They're up and about the Vic men in the over 60s. They're the latest team on the green, across the greens.
They are, and I don't. That shouldn't surprise him, but it does. Even the as we see this great bowl here from Chris Herden, the open men also looked around like, "Oh, what's going on?" Shaping up to be a big end for New South Wales. Having just picked up a 4.
Yeah, how quickly it can change. They hung in as best as they could. 17-0 down. Now they're starting the comeback. Dylan Fisher needs to make something happen for Victoria here, because that is a 4th. Kind of fattens the target a little bit.
Yeah.
Telling him to run at the front white, because to be honest, he'll probably get all 4. He'll go close in all 4 if he hits that white perfect. The white might hang around and lock in, but so would Dylan's bowls. He's a bit wide. He's going to miss the lot. Yeah, pressure mounting on the VICs here.
I've got a feeling Dylan Fisher is a former world under-25 world champion.
Yeah, right.
So I'm trying to look on the World Bowls website, and of course I can't find a thing on there. But
it's all right. Neil will be there soon to fix all that stuff up.
well, they do list the World Championships results from 2016.
Oh, yeah. You always need them.
I mean, in fairness, 2020 was postponed. We've got Asia Pacific's Champion of Champions, World Singles, World Cup and World Junior Cup, unless they're going to call it a World Junior Cup. No. So we'll go by my memory. And I'm going to say that Dylan Fisher, I reckon, is a world under-25 champion. As Aaron Teys slams his rag down, disgust.
Yeah, because he's put a blinking light on it now, Tone. It's flashing all over the shop. Yeah, look at it. He's trying to hide the blinking light. So in the over 60s, the Vic men have gone further in front, 31-12. And 24-18 still for the over 60s women towards New South Wales. Maddie Flapper going at this one. He gets
he
it.
follows it.
But he wasn't a touch-up. So I think they were both Nathan Dawson's bowls that came forward. So I think they're only 1 down now.
Still gets applause from Dylan Fisher. It's far better than what it was.
I think they're 2 down actually. The 2 bowls. I'll just show you which 2 bowls. These 2 here. Of Nathan Dawson's.
Look at that. Those 2, I can see exactly the ones in the red circle.
The only, I without getting a straight on look through by the camera, which we haven't got at the moment, I can't see if they both go.
Got a hold now, Teysy.
Yeah, good bowl.
Yep.
Good bowl.
Does that.
So I think it might be a damage limitation from Matty here, or just try and match Aaron's bowl, cut them 2 bowls out. That were in a perfect circle.
Going
before.
1 down's not a problem, but currently it's 3 down, so we'll not want to lose this into the drink. Bit confusing having Matthews bowling at the same time on separate rinks. Calls of Matthew being Matthew Bowse.
This needs to hurry a fair bit. No, it doesn't. 3 to New South Wales.
7 shots in 2 ends, Jimmy.
You can feel them wriggling off the hook a little bit.
Yep.
Again, it was never in doubt. This is a pretty strong rink of New South Wales. I don't expect to see him go 30-0 down or something like that. So they're always going to fight back. This is the important end for both sides, really, now. If Vic can just jag a 1 or 2 here and slow that momentum of the last 2 ends, the 3 and the 4, picked up by New South Wales. On the other side of the coin, if you're New South and you pick up another 2 here, the deficit's halved and you're good to go. You're back in. It's a new game.
Justine Stokes, I'll back your memory more than mine, so I'll agree with you.
First ever under-25 world champions. Yeah, ripping lead.
Lovely opening bowl. He has really dialed in these last half a dozen ends, Matty Miles.
J-Mac has continued with his switch of his side of the green. He's bowled for the first few ends. And he flipped over.
Look to correct on his next one.
Yeah, just overcooked that one. And Barwin Head's massive, supporting Matty Flapper. He's pretty much the mayor of Ocean Grove.
Should be. Synonymous with the Ocean Grove Bowling Club, Matty Flapper.
Where was he before? Oh, in Iran then.
Well, he spent a lot of his juniors in Ballarat, of course,
Yeah.
Central Wendouree and so forth. There would have been a few clubs in between maybe, but I don't know whether he would have gone Central Wendouree straight to Ocean Grove. There might have been a bit of Essendon in there.
Mm. Yeah, bowl needed by Brad Aurea, otherwise they start putting pressure on early in the end again. And it's okay. It's an okay second shot. It's sort of there for the trail with his next bowl if he can get it.
Probably not the atmosphere that we become used to at state events. Jimmy, it's all relatively quiet, bar some shouting from some over 60s. As far as the state series goes, it's a pretty placid state series so far.
Yeah, I agree. It was the atmosphere against Tassie was pretty up and about. But it hasn't been replicated here yet. That's one that Chris Herden will want to forget. Yeah, it's far better.
Yep.
It's a good adjustment.
Great adjustment.
That's sort of what Matty was trying to avoid, because it makes it very hard for Vics now.
You probably want that one now. Get a connection there, mate. Get back to one's good.
He likes it, Tone. See why?
Yep.
Completely changes it. Good ball by Dylan Fisher.
Oh, identical weight, just a bowl or so over on his first attempt. Pretty much an open jack here. We'll see what Teys can do.
Yeah, he hasn't had many easy open draws.
No, but when he does, that is the shot. Sailed through a touch longer than we would have wanted.
Matty Flapper.
Hit it too hard, Matty. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say it's shot from Matty Flapper. But
Yeah, I do. The reaction from the Vic guys. Sorry, yeah, the reaction from the Vic guys sort of makes me think they're holding there. See Get the jack right on the edge of the green, probably 2 feet from the edge of the rink.
Teys asking this to slow down a little. Just going to scoot on through.
I think you can see it was going to do that.
Matty Flapper's looking to see if he can remove the Aaron Teys bowl.
It's only going to bring one more in though, isn't it? If it only brings one more in at best, I don't think it's worth the...
And it's very dangerous.
I think
he removes his own.
He'd be slightly concerned about moving the jack. Unless he is down.
Well, it could be. I mean, from this angle. We're probably at the exact wrong angle. Through the hole. We'll find out one way or another.
Yeah, it was New South holding.
There you go. So, game of 2 halves, Jimmy.
So far.
Dawn Heyman leading 17-7 over Jess Wallace and their respective teams. Lisa Phillips is 8 shots. She is trailing Anne Johns on 11, I think it is. I've just lost the scoreboard.
Yep. 11-6 on the far when it came around over Cass Millerick. So 39-21 to New South Wales women.
Nice ball, Matty Miles.
Yeah, corrected well. Johnny needs to go with him. Johnny McCarron adds the yard that Dylan Fisher asked him to add.
This looks okay too.
Yeah, he needs to hurry, does hurry.
Yep.
Bracker. I think we may have lost that camera down that end, which is why we're on this angle. I see Brad running around like a madman. So Jack just behind last bowler Nathan Dawson's. Brad Orr was attacking, but no connection on that one. Crazy. We've got a 17-8 after 10, a 16-3 after 9, and then a 4-all after 8. Might have created a slightly easier looking shot for Vic now. Sometimes it's about that, it's just having the confidence to play it, and if you can see it, Jack, or see the ball you want to see, it just gives you the confidence to play it. Braddock was attacking at this. He's close.
It's a good effort, gets the Jack out.
Goes towards the New South Wales lead bowler, Matty Miles, but looks a bit better for Vic now. They can see some of it.
Chris Herden makes his way to the mat. Australian Open pairs winner with Carl Healy back in 2018. Teys just signalling the weight was very good. Weight was Jack Eye.
Marnie going on a run next door.
Haven't heard much out of him today. He can be quite vocal on a green.
He's been down most of the day, that'll be why.
He's had a tough day.
Dylan Fisher. Oh.
Well,
was that the toucher of New South that went in the ditch with it? No. Aaron Teys checks for more in hope than expectation, I think.
Come on, where's Jock, So great shot by Dylan Fisher.
Jack's hanging on the edge now. If Chris can headbutt this in and go with it, he's pretty close. Gonna pull up, but in a great spot. Good bowl. In and a half. Oh, Dylan's going again. That was the toucher sprayed off the side of the green. So it's 1 to New South Wales. Chris Herden's bowl in front of the Jack. Be a couple of feet.
There's more bowls on the bank than there is on the green.
There almost is, yeah. Someone's always got a funny story about that. They've played a game where there's only one bowl left on the...
There's a really good end. You can YouTube Jeremy Henry v. Barry Lester, which is a great example of that.
Yeah, indoor. Oz indoors, weren't it?
Oz indoors, yep.
Which one you're on about? Did Barry take them all off with his last or something?
Trying to remember it now. It might have been the other way around, I think. But needs to slow up a little. There is a little reverse action.
Oh,
no.
You can see.
Just a centimetre too much.
Maddie having a look for the bowl on the backhand. Or the Jack. That's Johnny's toucher as well. So he's playing a bit of percentage. He's cracking up there.
I'm going to say it's Dave Donaldson again. And the Open women's team, which is a green over, are just almost in hysterics.
Aaron added anything he to the count? Possibly does, yeah. Matty going again. He's got Johnny McCarron's bowl. You can see the chalk on it there. He's trying to run into that, push it into the ditch, or go under and get the Jack or Chris's bowl. Oh, it gets rid of Chris's. But I think there'll still be one down. Which they are. Dave Ferguson next door to 17-3. Another cracker on Matty Miles. Yeah, fair reply with Johnny McCarron. So Vic some options. Yeah, good cracking lead bowling. Literally doesn't get any better than that.
No. You look over in the other rink and Craig Donaldson's doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Was he in for the next test, Pixie, or was he?
Good question. Should be.
Johnny McCarron. Oh, great bolt. Top bolt. Didn't get the jack exactly how he would have wanted it, but. No, he's out.
Wow. Be in my team.
Oh, Jesse Narona's back in as well. Oh, he went over as well, didn't he?
He did.
As the
He's
reserve, yeah.
effectively, yeah.
Mason Lewis is playing in the under-25s at the moment, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Oh, Brad Orr, superb. Nudges it through that last bowl of Nathan's, and Jack goes over to Johnny McCarron's first bowl. Oh, what an effort here as well. Not the way he would have wanted it.
Yeah.
It's almost this head's changing every single bowl at the moment. Brad Orr's turn now.
It's about to change again.
What can he do? Oh, he's under.
Priscilla?
What the? Oh, good ball by Chris. It's through Nathan's, and it's the shot to New South here, I'm pretty sure. It's horrible, whichever way he wants to draw it. Either way, it's pretty blocked. I think the backhand is probably more of a port to get through. But it'll be Dylan's preference on what hand he plays out. He's going to go backhand.
4 ends in a row for New South Wales. 9 shots in total.
Not bad from 17 zip down.
Yep.
Well, if he can navigate a course, he was going to go close. Just couldn't quite navigate the gap through. Chris wants the inside.
Everyone trying to get that white ball closer to the jack.
Yeah,
Confidence booster, is it?
Well, he's just got to come around his last and inside the white, and he'll be good. His weight looked pretty good on his first. He's already got chalk on his bowl. But it's going to need to be rubbed off because it's not going to get a touch on this one. I don't know what shaking. Is it the green or himself?
It's a good question because there's a bit of a giggle coming from Chris Herden. So, or maybe it's just that he can't have any luck today.
Matty Flapper, clear road. Just a touch quick. It's 4 feet too quick.
Just try and beat you on blue, I reckon.
I'm going to have the legs again now.
Does block it up a little bit. So Matty Flapper's really got to go for Dylan Fisher's bowl. And
Snap the same play, hit and run. Try and stun a bowl right through and you just sort of skid on. Get the shot. It's risky, but to be honest, there's no clear way in here. It's exactly what Dylan just said. He goes, I don't know, it's one of them heads. So I think they're only, what 2 down?
nothing to suggest they can't flip over Dylan Fisher's bowl a couple of times. It's already standing up, so it's not going to take a lot.
You're trying to pick one bowl within 4 there, though. It's a pretty hard shot. You could come the 4 and try and roll Brad Orrs in at the same time as well. First blue on the left. But he's going to play what Snapper called him on, stun and run. He gets a stun and gets the run and probably gets the shot here, possibly. Yeah, Dill likes it. Yep. You
There
call
you
him
go.
Dylan, Matty will play him.
That's why they're out there and I am here.
You didn't like that shot call, did you? Right, that stops the run of 4 ends in a row. Brett Marnie picks up a couple next door as well, so scoreboard ticks back towards the VIC's favour. Dean O'Neill is now 6-5, a couple more ends gone on there, so 1 to him, and Lee Schreiner picks up the first multiple of the game on that rink. So after 10 ends there now, 6-5 the way in New South Wales. It's going to make us pretty close on the overall. I'll just wait for the scoreboard to do its maths before I do. It's done.
You know what it was? I think I was thinking, gee, that's a hard shot. You know, you got to have a bit of good fortune, you know, to get it to stop where you want it. You know,
Yeah.
There's a bit. But then I was thinking my ability. That's why I thought it was hard for these guys. It's not so hard.
Yeah, I can see why he called it. He obviously executed it pretty well. It's quite easy to mess your way up. You got to have a lot go your way. You don't flick a ball the wrong way. But it all worked out in the end for the VICs on that particular end. And another good lead ball from Matty Moles for New South Wales, though. So pressure straight back on. For the difference overall in favour of New South Wales, who took the first test down. So VIC's needing to win this to keep it alive going into tomorrow. Johnny McCarron promoting his own. Looks like the New South Wales women are going to lock that game down. They're 53-29 up. It's almost getting too far in front.
And Johns has resorted to long pants.
Yeah, I saw that.
Scottish heritage out of here in
So is Jamie Lee,
shorts
actually.
this morning, but
yeah, a few of them have Jamie Lee's throwing a pair of trackies on. Brador, just couldn't quite creep around it. So I've unfortunately lost that camera down there for somehow, but so that's why we're on this side-on angle leading in. Nathan goes okay there. That's another in. It's really hard without that camera behind her to actually see you shot. Playing guesswork. Oh, over in the boys, under 25s, Jared Davies leads 16-12 and Brad Pavey leads 19-11. So the VIC's in control of that one after dominating earlier this morning in the three pairs games.
Grant Spencer's here.
He's been here all day.
Has he? No, I haven't seen him.
Chris Herden, slog, needs it to run. Ooh.
That was the call. Give yourself a chance.
Brought him perfectly in. The Vic's now holding. Johnny McCarron's ball got moved in. Chris is having a search for it though, and he's going to get it, but the jack's going to go to Brador. Back to Nathan Dawson, I think.
I don't know whether it's gone back far enough, or it might be still more of a Dylan Fisher shot there, but
Going at something here, Aaron. Oh, clears a lot out. So Dylan Fisher's looks to now be the closest. Wanda Vic. Go here, Matty. Trying to get around that bowler. Dylan's touch is good. Good stuff. Couple to Victoria. But an open draw for the first time in a while for Aaron Teys, to be honest. He hasn't had many clear views at the jack. Like bowls in the way. So let's see if he can nail this one. He's wider than Matty was. Jack's good back because Chris's bowl, Nathan Dawson's bowl's behind, but he's not going to get it, Tone.
Just slides on past.
Was 2 to Vic. .29 after 13 on this rink now. The overall gets to within 2, Tone. Just a reminder, they need to win the men, Victorian men, to keep this series alive after losing the first one this morning.
Bit of sun poking through.
Yeah, just put a little slit in the roof. Can let it get in.
That'd be
Warm us
nice.
up.
Working on a second solution for this camera, so bear with us while we don't have all the angles right this second.
Yeah, he's gone real good, Matty Miles. He's real. The last sort of 6 or so ends, he's been exceptionally consistent. Yeah, good bowl, Brad Orr, superb.
Falls back onto it. Well played, Brad Orr. Can we watch that again? There's the call from Matt Flapper.
Hey, far, but he don't want to get all the jack. I think he's down now.
Yep.
I think New South Wales are holding. Let's see what Dylan Fisher can do.
Just lost a boundary peg.
Carnage happening now. My only concern is Brad, who's trying to fix the cameras, isn't a bowler. He's just going to walk down the green at one point, I reckon. He's put that boundary peg wherever he felt like it. Johnny McCarron's away. You doing, pal? Dylan Fisher just missing wide and heavy. Just trying to make some connection into the head. Couldn't make it work.
Go, Dix. 20 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, Chris is close here, Tone.
This is a good bowl.
It's a cracking bowl.
Yep.
It's a big
If
thumbs
there
up
was
from...
any doubt earlier, there is no doubt now. It's definitely New South Wales holding 2 now. Snapper just cutting across a bit. Doesn't want to hit the Brador bowl.
Nearly stood it over. Yeah, two good bowls by Chris Herden there. Dave Ferguson picks another one up on his rink. Still plenty of time for Vix in this. The gap's manageable at 5. It's not the end of the world.
Craig Donaldson's looks like he's got it on a string over there. Managed to get it to come backwards in for shot.
This is getting harder and harder for Vix this end. Pretty sure he said I reckon he's going to put the jack over the clubhouse, is what he said. That's what he's going to be trying to do. So Aaron and Chris slightly disagreeing over what shot he should play. Aaron's, in his mind, thinks Maddie's about to launch the kitchen sink at the shot bowl. Chris is erring more on the side of caution. I'm not sure what Aaron would do if he thought he was going that heavy. Would he what, try and bowl one and sit it behind the clubhouse waiting for the jack or something? Well, looks like the under-25 boys are going to get up for Victoria. Brad Pavey won 19-15 in the triples and Jared Davies 17-13.
A couple of relatively close ones.
He's not enjoying his day out today, Aaron, I can tell. His body language is, you're kidding. Almost every bowl.
And it's not goal!
Cheers, Jord. I think he realised where he was standing.
And they blasted our effects mic over.
Right, is he launching kitchen sink? I think he is. Yep. Here he goes. Oh. That's gone terribly wrong. That's 4 down. 3 down, 2 down, 2. That is pretty stiff. He got it. He got everything.
He did.
He got absolutely everything of it, and just the jack was almost glued to Matty Mole's bowl. Stiff result.
No, which is Vic's closest one, whether it's Johnny McCarron's in behind or Snapper's out on the wing, but
I think it's Johnny McCarron's at the back.
yeah, I think so. It is 2 to New South Wales. Aaron Teys and co. Picked up 5 of the last 7 ends. For an 8-shot turnaround. It was after trailing 17 zip. Where they really hadn't done a heck of a lot wrong to go down 17 shots. They just... Vic's managed to find the right side of it at the right time. Dave Ferguson plays another great shot. 1 rink over. Right, we've got a few camera angles back now.
Oh, sweet, we're back up and running. Just some confusion over shots up in the underdeveloped, the under-25 side. Wow. Nearly threw some wild accusations at some some goals on that crane over there. All right, he's going big here, and he's not going to win anything. He missed that drive by that much that Aaron Teys laughed at it. He's still laughing.
Dave Ferguson going for a bit of coverage on the rink next door. Brett Marnie's already had 1 crack at it. He's got 1 left to come. Probably has little choice but to do the same. Yeah, good bowl, Brad Orr. Nathan Dawson playing with purpose again. He's going to find a gap. That is... and all his teammates can do nothing but smile. That's not a big gap. He managed to get through it all clean.
Hey, Andrew. Not 100%. Obviously, we're not watching every bowl down there, but the sort of couple of things to note is they did drop a 7 in the second end. So they were 8-0 down after 2. It looks like...
just dropped another 3.
Another 3 there. Pixie, the lead, from what we can see, is going real good. It's obvious for a lead to stand out because they're the only bowls we can see when we look over. I've heard Dane's name a few times, meaning he's playing well. So maybe a combination of that drop 7 early on and just a bit of consistency, and Dane having to play some big bowls. And
Fergo's been going pretty well. So 21-5 now. Is the damage there?
I think Lee Schrein has gone 11-5 in front, but Ray Pearce just parked himself in front of the scoreboard.
Pearce off. Hawks have got up over Gold Coast for those watching at home. GWS are leading the Bombrays as they spell their own banner.
So no one went Hawks into Gold Coast, funny enough.
No.
Oh, Dylan.
One down. A signal from Matt Flapper.
Result.
You are correct, Jimmy. 5-11 after 12 on the Dean O'Neill v Lee Schreiner rink.
So it's 3 ends in a row for Lee Schreiner in his rink, picking up 7 shots. It's sort of starting to turn this overall.
It was only a couple of shots of difference last time I looked. Wasn't that long ago, I didn't feel. But New South Wales pick up 2 threes and a 2. And all of a sudden...
Oh, snapper, if you can get this bowl clean.
Oh, stiff.
That's not a toucher. So Braddock's.
I thought I saw chalk on it, but there you go.
So the jack's gone out into the ditch, pretty much under the number. Not far from being right under the number. So we get a cracking
just drops
view.
back in.
See it there, right under the number. Brad Orrs is this bowl.
South Sydney
there.
are killing the Warriors too, says Barbara.
2, 3 for Vic there. See my 3 dots. So some work to do for Aaron. Gonna want to clear road here, Tone. He's pretty close. Oh, sensational effort.
In for second shot.
Correct. And he's obviously going to have a search for that bowl of Aaron's, because it's worth a few more. I just don't think he's overly convinced himself he can get to it. Yeah. Him and Dylan agreeing that it's too hard to get back to the bowl and knock it in. So the weight he needs to knock it in, he's not going to bend as much as he needs it to get back to it. So they'll give up on trying to pop that and just try and add another on the forehand. Oh, Matty nearly found a way. So Aaron can probably place... he probably could have played aggressive if that bowl of Matty's hadn't sort of sat right in front of Brad Orr's shot bowl, because he can see that the Vics don't fancy potting his one, but that bowl might have blocked that shot off for him now, which is why he's having a bit more of a look at it. I'll go get some over 60 scores after this ended. Just check there's not a fire happening down at the back. So Aaron went quicker. Oh. So he's going to have a drive of his own, because Brad Orr's shot bowl is a toucher. Going to try and get off his own, his last bowl, across to Aaron's and pot Aaron's in. Not with that, he won't. One.
Split the middle.
To Victoria.
Johnny McCarron can put some pressure on first up. On the left-hander's forehand. Not a bad opener. Well, Johnny McCarron's was not a bad opener. That from Matty Miles is superb. Not a bad spot to finish from Johnny McCarron. Yep. See on the replay here, just a little touch on the jack. Does create a bit of a target. You can hear Matty Flapper saying 2 feet, 6 feet, doesn't matter. Just wants Brad Orr behind the jack, ideally. Crashing straight through the 2 bowls of Matty Miles. It's just under.
More bad news if you're from a Victorian persuasion. Lee Schreiner's just picked up another 5. So he now leads 16-5 against Dean O'Neill. It's just starting to slip away for the Vics here. So the Victorian over 60s men are not updating their overall scoreboard, but my very quick maths has them about 14 or 15 shots in front.
Victoria in front of New South Wales?
Yep, correct. Yep. And in the women's over 60s test, the New South Wales women are leading by about 9 shots. Similar point of the game, sort of into the last third is what we are here, or getting close to.
Brad Orr shakes his head, missed narrow, then missed wide. It's been pretty good this whole match, actually, Brad Orr. He's been very good, in fact. Just missed on that occasion. A reasonable weight here from Dylan Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, gets half of it.
Moves it straight over to the other set of New South Wales bowls.
That sort of sums up the last half a dozen ends, doesn't it?
17 the difference overall in this one. 22 ends left to play. The run rate's almost 1 an end. Chris Herden just trying to add another to the count for New South here.
I don't think you want to know them at this stage, Andrea.
No. They're, I can see 18-13 to Anne Johns over Lisa Phillips. I can't actually see Cass Miller-Ricks because the sun's bouncing off that scoreboard real bad. And Curtis Hanley standing in the way of the Jess Wallace.
There is about 20 shots the margin across the 3 rinks. So we will get them when we can see them, but unfortunately it ain't good news for the Victorians at this stage. About 40 ends gone over there too, so still got a bit of time. Well, that opens it up a little.
Yeah, gives Maddie something to see later on unless Chris puts it back in the way.
Because they're wrapping up in the under 25s, Jimmy.
Yeah. Played the 21 triples games there. So obviously a few bowls less than the fours out.
Chris Herden just loses his bowl into the ditch. Only just. It was like it paused there for a while. But
oh, that's one out the can.
yep. Brad Orr or Dylan Fisher, the closest Victorian bowl, Jimmy?
I don't know, to be honest. It's a funny angle. So I think they're 4 down. I think New South are holding 4 here. He'll go Jack hunting now, Matty Flapper. You can see it. Gets it, goes with it. He'll get the shot for Vic. But they're struggling here if he doesn't.
No.
But was that ever in doubt?
In the guts, never in doubt with Matty Flapper.
Absolutely nails it.
In the guts was the call, and 100% does that. Follows it in.
Johnny's at the back with it, so it's definitely 2. And I've seen Dylan do a measure signal for a 3rd. It was 5, Aaron said. He just looked at me and went, it was bloody 5.
That is the beauty of this standard, isn't it? Either team have the ability to make that shot. Teys still just shaking it off.
Well, if it was a 5, the game was over, let's be honest. We were pretty close to an overall. Right, call it here, lads. Let's get in for a couple of lemonades early. I'll tell you what, Tone. I tell you what, mate. Oh,
just going to
wow.
drop in, but a great effort. And we'll find out if this is 2 or 3. And Aaron Teys' bowl will be removed.
It was
This will be
close.
a 2-person measure. As you say, Joe Whitehead, an absolute joy to watch, Matt Flapper.
Couple.
2 to the VICs, 23-11. We've played 16 ends here on this televised rink, 16 of 21. The concern for Victoria, though, is that margin is still 15 shots overall. Really need one of the other 2 rinks to get firing.
There's 1 back for Brett Marnie. Stole our pen.
Our telestrator.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. Pack it up.
Good shot, Tangles, says Casper.
It was never in doubt, was it? Like,
No, he's an absolute superstar.
there's pretty safe bets.
Speed's good, was the call from Matt Flapper. Matty Miles looks to have fallen victim to the same ploy.
Look, Barb, I don't know. It's hard to say with Aaron, but he, I just think there's some good fortune going the way of Victoria, and he's just riding that out. He's just trying to smile through it. It's probably what he's doing.
Well, you look at it the other way. They were down 17 zip, so since that stage they've outscored them 11-6. You just cannot let somebody like Matt Flapper get away to a start like they did. I think he's been relatively good.
He's been quiet by his standard.
It's the thing of being so good, we expect so much.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. You just never expect him to miss.
Absolutely dominated the sport for a while. 2015 winning the Australian Open singles. Numerous BPL victories.
Yeah, he's almost the king, you know.
Back in the days with the big clock on his wrist. It's absolutely setting BPL crowds alight.
Oh.
Jack out of bounds.
He's going to come back as Matty Flapper.
Good foot skills. Ronaldo Flapper.
Lionel Flapper.
Okay, so a little bit of
momentum next door.
Yep.
How many was it on the Brett Marnie rink?
I don't know, I haven't seen a signal yet.
But it was a good pickup is what I heard. Oh.
I think it was a 10. No, I don't know.
Not
we'll
another
find
one.
out. 20.
No. Well, they've gone down to 0, so it must have been a...
It was a minus 22. I think they may have put the score on the wrong side. We have it as 21-6. And now they'll add on the Victorians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But he's left it at 21.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
Oh, yeah.
He's put them on the wrong side
Yeah,
initially, so reset. So 21-11 after 15 ends.
So 5 for Pigeony's crew next door.
5 is a big pickup. Whether I'm hearing enough noise from that far rink, if you're a Victorian fan.
Struggle to get 18 on this rink.
Yeah.
Yeah, they struggled in the earlier game against Aaron Teys, and it's not firing yet in this. So back to single figures in the overall, back to 8. So still a chance for Victoria. They can still keep plugging away at this.
What I'm really liking is Dylan Fisher's just walked 2 rinks over. Just put his arms around a couple of them around there and just said, come on, boys.
Yeah, good.
What do we need to do here?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's obviously one of the more experienced players in this side. Did have a few years off through personal choice, so...
Still only pretty young.
Yeah, he's good mates with Thumpo, with Curtis.
But I like that he's using that experience to get the others up and about. Already putting one in behind. Barbara Green just remembering the clock. It was one of the most fun series of a BPL ever, with more than half the crowd yelling out, "Teysy, Teysy, show us your clock."
Oh, yeah, great.
I'll be very careful about how I say it. When he had an oversized gold wristwatch, and he'd oblige every now and again and put his arm up to the crowd, and there would be a cheer. Good times. Brett Marnie trying to get a little bit more vocal. Nice bowl there, Nathan Dawson. 2 good bowls.
Yeah, good shot by Snapper. Just walks through, I think. He's got the little Chris hat on, sideways slant. He's about to burst into wrap. Just keeping the sun, which is probably going to blind us pretty soon. It was always around R4, wasn't it?
You know what? I'm actually okay with it.
Yeah, blind us.
Because I'm cold.
I'm going November, and
Yeah.
it's my best guess. It will be around.
Generally is November.
Be around the 26th, 27th. No, sorry, the 2 weeks before the 11th of November. I'm going.
I think I'll be
BPL.
there, actually. I think I've got some meetings on up there at that time. Should be handy. Always good for those who've never been to Bowls Premier League before.
Pine Rivers, this one, or
Yeah,
back out?
back to back to Pine Rivers and then back to Moama in February. It'll be 2022 is the 7th to the 11th.
Oh, I got
BPL 16 Pine Rivers in Queensland. Speaking of cracking clubs, Club Pine Rivers is one of the better ones you'll get to. If you've never had the opportunity to go there, go and have a chat to Steve, club manager there. Cracker of a bloke. And a very nice club, a great opportunity to see bowls from the deck there, overlooking the green. Great effort, Matty Flapper. Paul Vardy says yes, he was one of them yelling that from Wayne's can bar.
He started it, Paul.
Wayne's can bar right up the top of the grandstand. I don't know if it was ever the good spot for
No,
a can
yeah.
bar. But everybody survived. It was good fun.
And Wayne made a killing.
Yep. Yeah, lovely bowl.
Great ball by Aaron. Superb weight control.
He just puts it out of reach now, or put it a bit close to Dylan Fisher's bowl.
I guess
Still be
for
2.
I guess the Jack all the way back's good for Vic, so they could attack.
Then you've got Brad Orr's bowl, and the 2 from Johnny McCarron, they're waiting. And Dylan Fisher's sitting to the side.
I just don't think trying to play through Aaron's last bowl onto the Jack works that well for Vic. I think they're going to have to go bigger. It's interesting, even with 2 very decorated players at the front end here, Brad Orr and Johnny McCarron, they're very much staying out of the call for the what shot to play. You do see it sometimes where all 4 players are getting involved, but these 2 obviously, well, they've worked it out within this rink that I'll just stand on the side and look good, and Dylan and Matty will call the shots.
2 good-looking roosters too, so doing a great job of it. This isn't far away. Oh,
Wow.
Jack just collects
Going
onto a
again.
bowl and goes OOB. Aaron Teys tries to knock Matty Flapper down with his bowls cloth. So we'll restart that one. That's 16 in gone. No change there. Another crack at the 17th end. Aaron Teys puts one down with his left hand.
Yeah, hang on, there's a few more to go on the Dean O'Neill rink here.
Yep, Schroeder picked up one. It's 8:17. I haven't adjusted the end yet though, Jimmy. They played 15 ends over there. 16 here for 23-11, still good. I can't see the middle scoreboard.
21-11 still.
Okay. So it's back to 7 shots. This thing got out to 14.
Yeah, they've halved it.
This is where the Vics really need to let everyone in the venue know they're coming. Probably the 2 loosest bowls I've seen from Matty Miles. And they sit 2.5 foot behind the jack right on line.
He's been good.
He's been very good. Even his misses are good. That was R, not his.
Yeah, I had to go back through what you said in my head to start with, and then I went, oh yeah.
Even his misses are good.
In my head, I'm like, I know, yeah, it's just my mind going that way. But.
All right, Lynette Walbridge Matthews. New South Wales women in the Open Company. Dawn Heyman leads 24-17 over Jess Wallace in their respective rinks. Anne Johns leading 19-14 over Lisa Phillips. And Kay Moran, the scoreboard's just obscured, but I shall get that for you as soon as we can. Kay Moran v Cass Millerick. It's just been obscured again, so we'll get that for you shortly.
Yeah, I'll go have a wander in a sec. Check the out. The problem is the over 60s. One of the men's aren't updating the board.
19-12. So Kay Moran leading 19-12 over Cass Millerick. 3. We've got 5, 7, 7. So roughly 20 shot margin, 19 shot margin to New South Wales women. I'll go and check out over 60s.
Go for it. Right, Dylan, a bit wide, quick with that one. Yeah, Matty calling Dylan to play a bit more aggressively on this, and even if you just get the ball running one down then. So he's going to have a search for it. He's pretty close as well. Dylan gets the ball, so just the one now. New South Wales, good hit. Chris can put it back. They'll feel pretty good about themselves. The go tone.
Over 60s men, Victoria up 39-25. Played about 40 ends. And over 60s women, Victoria trail 32-40. They played 41 ends. So one apiece if you like.
So I mean the only series going live in tomorrow is the over 60s ladies.
Yeah, the men, if they continue as the scores are, of course. The men have had a win in both.
This is quite a big bowl here from Matty. They're one, maybe two down. But with the momentum just shifting back towards Vic, they've sort of half the lead. It was out at 14, it's now at 7. a feeling some geezer's coming to talk to me.
Don't know whether that's done enough. Aaron Teys gives it a wry grin. Dylan Fisher says one.
Wow.
There's still one to come. Aaron Teys just looks up to Matty Flapper and gives a bit of a grin. All, of course, in nature.
They play against each other a lot. Across BPLs and all that.
And they know none of that's intentional. Matty Flapper handled it exactly as he should. And just sort of apologised.
He'd be close to the nicest bloke in bowls, Matty, so
yeah.
You know he's not doing anything on purpose. One a day Ferguson next door. That'll work.
Yep. There's one of the options there. Coming off it or bring it in.
So we've had 3 dead ends here and we're still the furthest rink across.
Australian champion Paul Kearney just walking behind us. A local boy here. Heck of a good bowler. Nickname's the Pirate, Jimmy.
Oh, a bit of a change of tactic. T to T here from the New South Wales men. Leads back out to 9. A dead end on the Schreiner O'Neill rink.
Sun not far off.
Blinding us.
Yep.
Johnny McCarron. Drops one in. They've just got to keep plugging away here, the Vics. Just try and win a couple of ends in a row across the 3 rinks. Try and build a little bit of momentum, get that 7, 8, 9 deficit down to 3, 4. And in striking distance.
Good double.
Good double by Johnny McCarron. Matty called it. But Nathan Dawson's going to wreck his work here. If he can just hold his head. Just started turning right away from the jack, but still grabs the shot.
Matty Flapper trying to G up the Victorians. Brad Orr putting the jack in the pit. Sits just off the centre of the rink. The marker right in front of the number 1. Nathan Dawson didn't like that, looked away. Almost a carbon copy of his first bowl.
Here we go. Sun's coming. I won't repeat what Dylan just said then. Yeah, you're right, Tim. The sun's right over here. Right in our eyes now.
Is that Tim Hancock, the Tim Hancock, that made the very first comment on your telestrator?
Yeah. He's a local around here, Tim, down at... oh, no, his club escapes me. Fireborough, Hilltop? Where are you, Tim? What club? I know you're only down the road.
Tongala, Hilltop,
No, it's Hilltop or... Hilltop or... Kai, I can't remember. Daughter's in the under-18. Plays in all the events.
They started to get a little more vocal, the Vics. Stanhope.
Stanhope, that's
Plays there with little Benny Fletcher then, I presume.
Yeah.
I say little Benny Fletcher, he's probably taller than me, actually. They're all little when they're younger. On this track from snapper, needs to hold. Stop. And it does. Right on the ditch. I know it's 9 shots the difference, but you just sense it's starting to happen.
Vic's holding 2 here. Dylan just having a look and signalling out to Maddie. Looks quick to me, Tone.
Yeah. 2 down is the signal from Chris Herden.
Although they were holding. Can't work out if they're still holding on the O'Neill rink. I don't think they are. They need.
No,
they need it.
They did have a couple around that.
So all these ends are about to finish at the same time. So do we?
Dave Donaldson.
Loves it. Loudest bloke in the joint.
Yep.
There's 3 ends about to finish at the same time here across the 3 rinks. This is the moment for Vic if they can go 3-3-1 or something. 3-2-1 or something. Just win the 3 ends. It will get louder under here and they'll start pushing hard. Maddie, that looks better. Dylan's asking it to slow.
It's got to slow quickly.
He wants it to slow.
Quickly. It does.
Oh, superb.
Great
Maddie
ball,
draws
Maddie
another
Flapper.
for Vic. Here we go. 3 for the Vics. 26-12 on this rink, Tone.
Let's try and get someone's attention to confirm it was 3. All right, sun in full blinding mode now.
Yeah, that's the stand up.
So we're doing our best to dodge it. Oh, that's good, Jimmy. Actually, if you stay there, I'll just hide behind you. Johnny McCarron has just sunk the jack in the pit. And
He's done that a couple of times this game. It's the second time he's done it.
New South Wales are going to kick the bowls all the way back. Brad Orr is going to update the scoreboard to reflect the same as ours. 26-12 in favour of Victoria on this rink. That gets the margin back to 6. That was until New South Wales just picked up 1 on the rink next door.
No, that was Vic.
Well, I thought it was, but...
Yeah, 1 to Victoria next door, so it's 4 back for the Vics. So they can get a result on the Dean O'Neill rink. They do look like they're down a few, though, if I can guess them bowls correctly. Big bowl by Dean O'Neill then, because I think he's a few down there.
Bambi's bowls in front. Nathan Murray's got 1 at the back and 1 at the front.
Now, actually, that's 1 to Victoria there. That's Curtis Hanley with the
bowl
green bowls
stumper.
because he's changed.
Yeah, so he got a crack in 1 apparently, and it's changed from his...
Yeah, I reckon that's 1 to Vic over there. Then Curtis holding shot. Lee Schreiner's still got a bowl to come, though. So anything could happen.
What were his old ones? The
Black
Grandmasters or something? The Drakes.
Yeah, he's sponsored by
size
Drake.
5 or something ridiculous.
Fits his muscles.
Does. Got muscles on his muscles.
There's nothing else to do in Commentators other than go to the gym.
Commentators, I thought it was dog 'em a loose. We've been through this.
Yeah, good stuff
Yeah,
by
Matty
Matty
Miles,
again.
great bowling.
Superb.
Takes the jack and puts Johnny McCarron's first one pretty much out of play.
Oh, Lee Schreiner has made something happen. I think he's made 1. Yeah, only the 1 though to New South.
Yep.
So he did make something up, and he come careering through a stack of bowls and ended up with a shot. So 1 more over there for New South. So the lead 6 with 11 ends to go. So half a run and over almost. The Vics to get back in front on this one. Reminder, they need to win. They lost the first test. Nathan Dawson grabs that straight back off Brad Orr, but that jack goes to Johnny McCarron.
Not fair, is it?
Well, I think if Barb's question earlier about Aaron Teys not enjoying this game, that'll be one of the reasons why.
Yep. It's been that sort of game. 2 touches in this end already, and yet they've not holding shot.
Yeah, good adjustment from Brad Orr. He's gone from the shorter jack to the longer jack, and it's gone good both times. Nathan Dawson goes very close. Sitting Brad. No cigar though.
Shouts of snorkel.
It's the best
James
nickname.
Pearce takes it. I don't know how or why he gets that, but
Someone
maybe
told us at Coringa, but I can't remember now.
okay. I did see Sarah here earlier. I don't know. Yeah, she's sitting up the back.
I was
I'll
going to
have
say,
to
you
ask her
can't
at
see
some stage.
because you're holding me on me.
Yeah, that's right. My name's Billy, not silly.
It's funny, when I signed my job description to take this role, Tone, when it said other duties as required,
Yeah.
I didn't think blocking the sun for you was going to be one of them.
Provide sunblock T Sherwill at any interstate series. Could be worse. Not asking you to rub sunscreen in my back or anything.
That's true. You could be unlucky and have JT. He's not tall enough to block the sun out for you. Oh.
Not touching that one, Axel.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone, pal. What's that? Yeah. I'm not as brave as you, mate.
may have actually been someone who was going to do it in the over 60s team. Navy blue. Oh dear. Doesn't really change much. Still
No.
Brad Orr's bowl is the shot bowl.
Sitting pretty precariously, the bowl of Brad Orr's. It's
Yep.
sort of surrounded by a gang of New South Wales bowls, so
It is.
Matty's going to need to give it a favour.
Chris Ward. Jimmy the Cabana boy. Screenshot.
Again, I've been called many things in my life. Cabana boy, I didn't think I was ever getting called one of them.
Banana boy earlier.
Yeah.
With all that fruit you're eating.
Yeah, loads. Matty finds a way
Great spot,
around.
Matty Flapper.
Yeah.
That cuts out the
Look,
danger of just having one, although they do line up.
Yeah, I was about
little.
to say, my only slight criticism is it's in line, but Aaron's not looking for it per se. Hasn't launched anyway. He likes it though, Tone. He's having a trot after it. Jack's good.
Jack clean.
Oh, that's going to improve his mood. Said that's going to improve.
Aaron Teys comes over to the commentary desk and
To
puts
throw
his
it up.
arms out like he's about to just wipe the desk clean of everything. Just missed.
I actually don't know. The angle I'm standing at, I kind of favour the New South Wales bowl, but
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
a
to
funny
say it's
angle.
still Matty Flapper that has it, but probably 50-50. I don't really want to go and ask right now. But so it looks like they're going to try and come through and try and turn out that bowl of Nathan Dawson. Brett Orr just getting out of the road of the camera. Thank you. Very good effort.
yeah, I think he.
We've seen Tangles a couple of times, Jimmy, in the last few televised events step off the mat.
Yeah, play it side, yeah.
Yeah, so still keeps 1 foot on the mat to make it a legal delivery, but effectively steps a metre to the side, which is probably 1.5 metres actually. He's a tall man. To get a completely different angle.
Yeah, Brad Orr said one of Vic. So Aaron's, I think he's just saying, nothing else can go wrong. I'm just going to throw this one down here and see what happens.
Get it right. Get it right. Right.
Oh, Pidge was trying to play his own bowl into a shot position there, but it went through a gap that I don't think he thought was there.
It's hard to tell the difference between D-Mac's bowls and Dave Ferguson's bowls.
Yeah, it's
Almost look like they're from the same set.
teammates last season, of course, at Altona. Chance Aaron is launching now.
Teys is going big. Oh.
Another one to Victoria.
So 27-12. More importantly, the overall board goes back just slightly. 5 shots the margin.
I think Dave Ferguson's holding on his rink. His last ball's coming down. Which is it? You say 3 then?
Big last 3 ends.
Ah.
Don't think it was 3 shots though.
I'll wait to find out. One. Just a one.
Just the one. So back out to 6.
So one end can change the whole course of this game now, across any of the rinks. One score.
Is that Curtis Hanley's bowl on
No.
it, or are there 2 Oppo green bowls? Okay.
Dean's still got 2 to go, but it looks like New South are holding on the Schreiner rink.
So any contact on the jack over there would be handy on Dean O'Neill's rink. Johnny McCarron puts in a nice opening bowl.
Yeah, bowl by Matty Miles again.
Yep, he has been very good.
Dean O'Neill
Great shot, Brad Orr.
cuts some down with a pretty lucky bowl over on his. So just the 1 to Lee Schreiner. So back out to 7 the difference now, with 9 ends to play. I think unfortunately, if you're of Victorian persuasion, the majority of their men's, or the largest chunk of their men's, is coming on that O'Neill rink.
True.
We're 19-8 down, so.
Nathan Dawson just bowls an absolute belter.
Yep. Superb.
Brad Orr takes the jack back slightly with a little trail. Nathan Dawson says, well, I'll just put one right on it then. Ray Pearce playing that steadying influence that we saw Dylan Fisher play earlier, just coming a couple of rinks over. Congratulate Nathan Dawson on his last bowl, so come on, we need a few more of them.
Brad Orr.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
Stereo sound.
As soon as you said wow, man, he said wow. Great stuff by Brad Orr.
Cut from the same cloth, Matty Flapper and I. Yeah. Got about the same bowls ability, roughly.
What, the 3XL cloth?
Fair chance. I just don't know how. Does Brad Orr have shot, or is it?
I think so. It's hard to tell, especially with the light coming across
Yeah.
the ground. It's hard to pick the exact. There's too many shadows. Oh, Dylan Fisher. That's stiff. That is very stiff. Sits the ball down. The shot is definitely New South Wales now. Slightly changes the head as well. It's going to change again here. Oh, nearly brought the jack back to Brad Orr's bowl then with a walk through.
It's just that the standard is so high, what would be a reckless shot, you know, in most other levels of bowls, is seen as, well, that's the shot we play here. You know,
Yeah.
that is the standard. So.
We're doing it. Snapper just missing. Trying to make a connection on that backhand.
Over 60s men, Victoria 50, New South Wales 32. They are roughly 50 ends gone. So 50 plays 32 in favour of Victoria. I'll get the New South Wales women's scores in the over 60s in a second.
Dylan gets right in the way. Oh, it's a lot more open now after that. Aaron going to try and have some cover out.
So over 60s women, Jimmy. Victoria 40, New South Wales 51. They played 54 ends.
That looks to be going to a decider tomorrow then.
Yep.
Rake by Matty Flapper here. Looking for a result. He's close tone. Something's going to happen out.
Don't go too far right though.
And Teys having a look. I think Bradall's got the shot there. Bradall's bowl, the blue one. I think.
Well, the look of
his
Teys
reaction.
he just did, yes. I think you're right.
So he'll. I think he'll run at that bowl of Bradall's. So that'll draw the shot clean.
Well, I think he'll just draw it clean. He's got 2 foot to do it. Measuring for a short jack over there on the over 60s women's second drink in.
That is definitely long enough. That's 100%
so.
long enough.
It's long enough by foot.
Good eyesight. Aaron's having another look, so maybe he's not convinced. Maybe he's trying to convince himself that they've got shot. But unfortunately, no matter how much you convince yourself, it doesn't matter.
Jimmy the Cabana boy. Chris Ward might have comment of the day.
I don't want to see his mood if he doesn't draw this.
He may actually come and push all these cameras over.
Or just push one of us over. Clips the bowl of his own bowl, possibly. Well, he's closer.
We'll find out through a measure.
But by his reaction, they weren't. Oh, the New South Wales have picked the mat up, so they're pretty happy that they got the shot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. One to New South. He just sneaks in there to Aaron Teys. Does enough.
So 47 plays 55. We are 8 shots the difference. 8 ends to play.
I think Dean O'Neill is he's one down, one to Lee Schreiner on that far ring.
Looks like Brett Marnie just picked up one.
One's everywhere.
Yep. So 13-23 Brett Marnie. 8-20 to Dean O'Neill, Lee Schreiner. And 27-13, Matty Flapper over Aaron Teys. And Matty Miles, a boy from Fig Tree. Just keeps doing Matty Miles things.
Yeah, he's been consistent this game. Been impressed by him.
Probably if I had to give a 3-2-1, I think he probably gets the 3 votes for mine. In a losing score.
Yeah.
It was a terrific effort. Brad Orr narrowly second. And then you could throw a blanket over the rest of them, I think. They've
Probably
all been
Matty.
pretty strong.
Probably give it Matty Flapper. He's played some big bowls early as well.
Honourable mentions to just about everybody else. Matty Miles has done that, exactly that, quite often. We haven't been so good at picking the close rink.
No, not today, we haven't, have we?
No, used to be our forte.
It's in winter hibernation.
I think it might be. Snot goal. James Pearce, he's started to come alive the last few ends. I must admit I haven't been seeing a lot of that rink, but over the last few ends, every time I've looked up, he's had one pretty close. Nathan Dawson with plenty of pace. Aaron Teys says good.
Yeah, coverage at the back for him now. Holding one. Let's see where Matty is calling Brad to play. Lucas Protopappas won't be happy today. The Bomberos have been soundly beaten. Down.
Brad Orr removes the shot bowl.
Superb.
Takes its place. Oh, wow. And rink one over. New South Wales have done the same, so.
Dave Donaldson. What a guy.
He's going to become a cult hero soon.
He is. He already is.
In his own mind or everyone else's?
Yeah, in his own, for sure.
I saw him up at the Australian Open. He was certainly up and about.
Oh, he had good reason to be.
Fours, that they semi-finalist in the end, weren't they? Yeah.
And could have won it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, all 4 of that rink is playing today.
Yeah,
Thor Shannon's
Collins,
lady
yeah.
next door, and Colin Viandall, and Mickey West, and Dave Donaldson.
That's right.
All
Mickey
in the
West,
over
of course.
sixes.
Yeah.
Chris, he just wanted half a bowl more inside then.
That was when we were trying to get Dave to respond to taking his place in the team.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I don't do that email.
Yeah, Blakes sent me one of them emails. I don't do email.
Can say what we like about him on here because he won't listen to this either, right?
Yeah, surely.
No, he's a good fella, actually. It's good fun.
Dane McKinnon's gone for the same gap twice next door.
Slight little edge on the jack there.
They need to win 5 of these 6 ends, Victoria.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're in a world of pain. Might be good enough. Using Dylan's bowl. I don't know what the players are laughing at there. Something's happened. I don't know. I can't quite work out who's got shot. I don't know if that last one of Aaron's has managed to stand up enough in or not.
Teysy said something about is the jack still there or something, which gave a few people a bit of a giggle.
One down, says Chris, for New South Wales.
Like the bowls are all a bit allergic to the jack. There's a almost definitive circle around it.
Next door, Pidge has got a chance at moving a jack for 4 or 5 for Vic. He's only got one shot at it. You'll know if he gets it, because he'll probably jump into this rink.
He's good when he gets up and about, Pidge. He almost beats the bowl to the head.
Hats off. Oh, here he goes, Tone.
No, pulled up out of it already. Enough to get shot.
Yeah, he has. He's got one, which is better than one down.
Dave Ferguson still has one to go, though. So.
If we get a move on right about now as the cold starts setting in, that would be fantastic.
Release Rayner not looking happy with himself at all.
Aaron will be the same.
So there's now getting to that stage of the match where they're trying to just
real
understand
slowed
what's
down.
happening. One rink over,
It's really slowed
2
down.
rinks over. Dave Ferguson's been standing over this bowl for quite some time now.
Yeah, he's concerned of moving the jack, I think, because there's a pack full of Vic bowls. Straight back in. What am I drawing now?
Oh, whatever you want. We've got what shot should they play, Jimmy?
I don't know. They're just waiting. Well, he's just got to draw another bowl in here, hasn't he? It's surely as simple as just coming in there for Matty Flapper. I've done my part, Brad. You done yours? Well, how many did Dean O'Neill just pick up, Tone? 2.
Well, that gets it interesting.
This is, of course, the last end on this rink. We'll stay live. Possibly won't move the cameras because they've been a bit dodgy, but we'll get angles from the side in and we'll commentate through to the end. Maddie looking for that bowl at the front. Oh! I thought he had it for a second.
In it. I don't think it changes much that Vic's is still going to get one. And I don't think too much changed.
Yeah, it'll be one to Vic.
So there we go. That'll be a 28-13 victory to Maddie Flapper.
All right, so what are we overall now? Back to 5. We think Brett Marnie's picking up next door. But Jack moved though, Tone. I didn't see what happened there. So something's happened and
of all the posturing that was occurring, they actually both end up bowling at the exact same time.
one.
So 1 to Victoria on both rinks there, and 2 on the Dean O'Neill rink.
So Brett Marnie has picked up 1. So it takes us to within 4 of the overall with 3 ends left to play. So I haven't updated one of the ends. So we got 1 on the Brett Marnie rink against Dave Ferguson next door, and 2 to play on the Dean O'Neill Lee Schreiner rink over from that. So it's getting fun.
4 shots the difference, as you say, Jimmy. 3 ends to play.
Yeah, big for the Vics now. Win all 3, they'll go pretty close. Any number's huge. Who's the lead in that Lee Schreiner rink? Because he's been pretty consistent all day. I'll have a look at him. As everyone leaves us for the Com Games now as well, surely. By the time you've watched the 3 ends here, they would have played 1 over there. It's that slow. Just stick with us.
After everything we've done.
I know. Kept you.
Mason Lewis of Engadine.
Yeah.
Lee Stinson, Ray Pearce into Lee Schreiner from Brighton. Where's Lee from?
Raymond Terrace.
Raymond Terrace, that's it. New South Wales, Raymond Terrace, yes.
Thor Shannon trying to outdraw Craig Donaldson, and he does.
I'll go and grab the over 60 scores, Jimmy.
Yeah, go for it. Craig Donaldson. Oh, pretty close. Does draw the shot. So the New South Wales women have won the second test against the Victorian women, so that will give them an unassailable 2-0 lead, leading into tomorrow's 3rd and final test. And the men from Victoria trying to avoid the same fate. They've got to score 5 more than the New South Wales side in the next 3 ends to do so. So currently, it's probably 1 or 2 to New South on this Dave Ferguson, Brett Marnie rink. I think 1 to New South Wales on the Lee Schreiner rink.
So over 60 scores, Jimmy. The men are about 16 up, and women are about 19 down.
So New South winning.
Yep.
By 19.
in the women, and the Victorian men are up by about 16. There's only a few ends to play in the women, and it looks to be similar in the men's. Might be 3 ends left in the women and about 4 or 5 in the men. So you wouldn't think there'd be too much change to either of those two results.
Brendan Gallagher going close. Vic over there, no cigar. So it looks like New South are holding on both rinks here. Dane McKinnon trying to draw with his orange here, but not getting the line right. Nor his weight on that note. Matty Bowes here, trying to get inside Dane McKinnon's. Does. They're still good home. Holding 3 or 4, I think, here now. New South Wales. This is the game, really. Dane McKinnon and Brett Marnie got to do something there.
Still trying to do that, mate. You have to get down, extra check out there. It's good. Get in there.
Oh, Dane McKinnon, yeah. Misses the jack, which was his intended target, but gets into that pack of bowls and probably gets the shot for Victoria. As Dean O'Neill has a conference with his rink just out of camera shot. He's sort of keeping one eye on here, and we've been here before at Moama, haven't we?
We sure have. As Dean O'Neill and Lee Schreiner with 2 bowls to come, so a bit to play out there. Same stage of the match. There's the rink just here. Both skippers, still 2 bowls to come. Don't know if Dean O'Neill's got the trip there.
Nice. Hasn't.
No. Pitch saying too wide.
This could be it. This could be it slipping away for the Vics here.
Four shots the difference, Jimmy. It's hard to tell for me whether they're holding, courtesy of that last Dane McKinnon bowl on this rink, but my favourite second shot rather than shot.
Yeah, same. I think they're down on the Dean O'Neill rink as well.
Thumper's bowl's pretty close, isn't it? Or is it the blue
back.
bowl in front that has it?
Yeah, I think it's the blue in front.
Yeah.
Nothing happening really for Dave. Just trying to take away the number that Vic could get on the right side of the head.
Tell you what, everything rattles around after that Lee Schreiner bowl.
I actually think that's given Victoria the shot now. And it
Nathan
might have
Murray's
given them
bowl
2.
came in.
It might have brought Brendan's orange in as well.
They didn't. I mean, they're not going to get excited off that, the Victorian boys, but they doesn't seem to have really changed their body language.
Ray Pearce's head went down. Pidge, what's he got here? Brett Marnie. Doesn't like it.
No, he wanted to like it, but
Curtis just said if the jack goes through here, we're still 4. It's definitely not a... I don't know. Let's wait and see.
It's a compact head, that's for sure.
Well, Dave Ferguson's clearly waiting to see what happens with Dean O'Neill's bowl there. It's their last end, so he's not delaying any play behind him.
Heard that story before.
Yeah. Oh, Dean O'Neill's made something happen on his rink. They're all high fives. I don't know how many. He has shifted. He stood the blue ball up in New South Wales. So he's made a couple as well. He smashed a monitor everywhere. Try and get the attention of someone. Well done for those sticking with us. Can't see how many they've got, but it's clearly weighing on Dave Ferguson's mind because he's still being relatively slow with his shot. He's waiting for Lee to go first. So what he'll do is if Lee is, let's just say for all intents and purposes, 4 down, then that affects the shot that Dave will play. So he's on his last end, so he's not delaying anyone behind him. So he's okay to wait a bit. Lee Schreiner playing with weight. The jack moves. I think they're 1 or 2 down.
1 to Victoria.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Okie doke.
So that'll make Dave Ferguson's shot a little easier. Still with a 3-shot buffer. Holding 1.
Yeah, Dave Ferguson plays a bomb there. Walks over. They must have been down. That's 1 or 2. Update the scoreboard now anyway.
Was 2.
Was 2.
2 to New South Wales. 14-25. The final score on that rink. Of course, Matt Flapper has a 28-13 victory over Aaron Teys. And the one rink on their last end now, just starting their last end. Second bowl in is Dean O'Neill v Lee Schreiner. Either way you cut it, Victoria are 5 shots adrift. A draw is no good. Well,
no.
a draw could be okay.
Means they could tie the series overall, but they lost the last one, so.
Yep. Nathan Murray about to play. Stops for a little bit of disturbance.
5 to tie, 6 to win.
Yep. It's difficult to tell from this angle, but Curtis Handley probably his bowl is the shot bowl. Lee Stinson's bowl coming in. See what Phelpsy can do. Of course, Nathan Murray, known as Phelpsy. Familiar long step forward. Removes the Stinson bowl. Dawson was the call, and it is. Lee Stinson making this very difficult for the Victorians. So Dean O'Neill, Brendan Gallagher just having a little conference, talking through what the options are. The Stinson bowl has to go. They can take the jack back to Nathan Murray and Curtis Hanley bowls. Not a bad effort. Nudges out the Lee Stinson bowl, but not going to be enough just yet. Ray Pearce with 2 bowls to come. Brendan Gallagher still one more, and then both skippers. What can Razor do? There we go. So still looking for a trail here. It's the call from Dean O'Neill, the skipper. Brendan Gallagher on the left-hander's backhand, looking to trail a jack back to his first bowl. Sits in a nice little home. Nathan Murray's bowl. Curtis Hanley's as well. Just slides past. It's a cruel, cruel game. New South Wales going to have to cover that.
Fair enough.
2 good bowls by Razor Ray under the circumstances. And really not looking to get shot. The primary goal is not to get shot here. It's to make sure Victoria doesn't get a 5 or more.
How many are they holding?
Well, they're really not now, but they've got a nice little collection at the back with
Yeah.
Bambi's bowl, Phelpsy's bowl and Thumper's bowl, to use only nicknames. And if they happen to squirt it through a bit further, you've got Bambi's second one there. So really is the only way that Victoria's going to make 5 or 6.
He's having a look at it, Dane. He's
Yep.
certainly pondering it.
I don't think killing it is a real option.
Nah, it's too many balls.
Just doesn't seem to have that sort of setup that it's going to kill easily. Dean O'Neill just having a quick chat to the coach. Here we go, the Aero Optima's on the way. It's into the Lee Stinson bowl. No real change. So they're obviously not playing that right-hander's forehand to get the jack through. So not sure, given there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Vic bowls out the back, I'm not sure how they're going to make 5 doing it that way, but maybe they're trying to set it up to kill. Hard to tell from this angle this far away.
No, Lee's having a good old think. Yeah, Ray's telling him to cover at the back.
I would have thought that would be the first and best option, but given the way Dean O'Neill played that last shot, there must be something else there.
Got new bowls, Lee. Ooh, door's still open for Vic.
Well, I'd like it if there was some excitement about this, Jimmy.
It's got. There's not a lot of enthusiasm by the Vics here, I'll be honest. He's going for it. Oh, Jack comes forward. No dice. That'll be 1 or 2, 3.
He's going to play it.
Wiley. He's the sort of bloke that I want it on his average, the extra shot. Oh, you know what he's like. He's playing the bowl. Just why not one more bowl to end the day?
It makes no sense to me, but
six. That'll be a 6. 26-11 to Lee Schreiner. And that'll be us for today, Tone.
that is us. We saw a great game. Matty Flapper's rink up against Darren Teys' rink. 28-13 victory. Victories to the Dave Ferguson rink over Brett Marnie, and Lee Schreiner's rink for New South Wales he's playing for now against Dean O'Neill. A good game of bowls today. Good game of bowls this morning. New South Wales just a touch too strong. And the over 60s, a very different kettle of fish. We've had some great matches out in our development series, our under 25 series. We thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much to Moama Bowling Club for both hosting us and supporting the stream. For Brad from SEN to getting us through production today, we really appreciate it. Of course, Jimmy in commentary, and everybody here who's helped to get the games up and going. Thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.